Good evening, everybody. How are we doing? Welcome to the stream. Is it a finale? I have no idea. All I know is we got a whole bunch of story yesterday. We left with answered questions. We left with brand new ones. And then we got into some trouble. So let's go from where we left off. We have just been caught by some kind of ship. We don't know where. We've landed in some kind of station that has pulled us towards itself after we lost control of our spaceboat and found out that Rena is not the planet that we once thought it was. And things are blooming. Quite literally. Quite literally. Oh, I do not know. Nope, Felix, I'm going on right now, buddy. I'm going on right now. We're going all the way through it. Yo, we have livestock that reached maturity. I think we've got something else we need to deal with right now. We've got something else we need to deal with right now. Here we go. Straight in.
Get over what we saw happening outside the starship.
Yeah, our planet's really not doing too hot right about now.
I've only ever seen Rena from the surface of Dana, so I figured it was just another round planet like ours.
So did we.
Still though, I never would have imagined Rena actually looked like that. And what's the deal with that giant flower coming out of it?
Beats me. I have absolutely no clue. It's so surreal. It looks like a broken egg or something.
Egg.
Rena and Dana. We were taught that both worlds were spherical bodies that floated amongst the stars in the heavens. But to think that they lied to us not only about the Sovereign and the Crown contest, but also the form of our own planet.
Dohalim.
Okay, who's the wise guy that summoned us here?
That's
Someone
a good
formidable
question.
enough to bring our starship along with us.
Well,
They must
remember,
be here somewhere. Let's find them.
you gotta, like, it's not a case of they're a wise guy who brought you here. It's kind of a case of you got pulled in. You had no choice here. You'd be stuck adrift in a spaceboat that doesn't work otherwise. Rena is a used to planet. Yeah, it used to be a planet. See, I want to believe that Rena used to actually be a planet, but things have went wrong and they drained so much astral energy from it that it is now, well, what it is, you know? Yo, Sleepy Space Sheep and Code, thank you very much for the 10 months there. No, Code, it's not round. It's like, well, yeah, just wait and see what happens when we get here. Let's wait what we got here.
That beam of light joining Dana and Rena. It was the Renan side that it first came from, right?
That's what it looked like. And then the Danon side responded.
Perhaps it was some kind of directive from the Renan homeworld? To reawaken the Wedge and Lenegis?
Which would mean that whoever's behind all this is on Rena after all. But what are they after? Is it really worth going through all this trouble just to steal Dana's energy?
Try to stay calm. With so many factors we don't understand, dwelling on it won't get us anywhere. What is it?
No, it's just... Zephyr once told me the same thing. So much for me making progress, huh?
Oh, but you
made
are,
it this
buddy.
far, didn't you? You notice something, you change it. That's all anyone can do. But you can't stand still in the meantime.
That's exactly right. That's exactly it. Oh, Code, it's such, the storyboarding is such a fantastic way of going through the dialogue and that with the skits. Storyboarding is amazing on this one. It's like everybody just talking, and the fact that it's animated too is nice. And yeah, that's a great analogy for the planet. It is an eaten apple with just the core remaining. But do we have anything on the ship here? We are in a futuristic sci-fi space station that looks like it's made of the same things that Lenegis is made from. But who is it? Who is the wise guy that is calling us here? Floor is not accessible. Central level is accessible. Oh, here we go. Okay. Can we explore? Yeah, it tells us nothing. And there's no way that we can actually go anywhere else. Do you think Rena looks like it's being used as an egg to birth something even more terrible? It might be. Why does it need all of Dana's energy? We're about... It's a pod! Is Neo... No, there's no way Neori's still alive, surely. Well, maybe she is. Yo, Remac, how you doing? Is she still alive? This is a pod. This is a life pod. Yo, Alpha
This place
Cat.
looks a lot like that room we saw back in the Forbidden Zone.
It's a life pod.
What's that?
Someone's in it. Oh, it's the armored suit.
It's one of those!
Yeah, but
a red
it's
woman
not.
in disguise. Or is this their true form?
So it was a trap?
No, it's not. It's not. It's not attacked.
It
It's
doesn't
not
look
woke
like
up.
it can move. Tell me, are you the one who brought us here?
That is correct. It is unusual for me to have unexpected guests these days.
It can talk.
Ooh.
What are you?
Hevrect 35.
Hevrect 35. Is that your name?
Correct.
What is this place? No, wait, before that. Just what exactly are you? Are you somehow associated with the Red Women?
Before I answer, I have a question for you. How did you all arrive in this sector?
Use a spaceboat.
We did not come to this place by choice. Our ship was brought here against our will, by a group of red women who can shift into the same form as you.
In that case, we can assume my brethren who serve the Great Spirit have deemed you all to be a threat most grave.
What do you
Ooh.
mean, serve? Are you saying there really is someone more powerful than the Red Women, pulling their strings?
What did you do to us?
I examined your bodies. You have not been harmed in any way. Identifiers detected. The Sovereign and Maiden are among you. However, you aren't under its control. I see why they viewed you as a danger now.
Oh, goody. More riddles.
Thanks.
Do you think we can trust this thing?
Like it or not, it may be our best chance at a ticket out of here. Let's at least hear it out.
I shall now answer your questions. We are Helganquil. The red women you encountered previously are a form of disguise we employ from time to time, but not our true form.
Helganquil?
You are on Dake Phasol, a celestial base which drifted here by accident. The will of Rena's great spirit no longer reaches us here. Since my sudden separation from the Great Spirit's influence, I have used any and all means to extend my lifespan. As I have done so, I have also set out to monitor and research Rena and Dana from this position.
A question. What is this great spirit of which you speak? Is it something that rules over your kind?
Correct. The Great Astral Spirit is a large mass of astral energy that fills all of Rena, one with its own will, a voice we cannot refuse.
A voice? Just like Dana.
The voice of the Great Spirit speaks to our hearts directly, and we have served it without question throughout the ages.
Does that mean it was controlling your minds? Wait a second. Could this great spirit be the true sovereign of Rena?
The true ruler of Rena. It could be the same thing that's controlling Volron.
Wait, back up. You're telling us this great spirit of yours is the one that ordered you things to harvest the astral energy from Dana? I'm not sure I believe that.
Why not? We've already made contact with the will of Dana back in the Wedge, and in the Forbidden Zone on Lenegus. If Dana has a will of its own, I don't see why Rena wouldn't.
Maybe not, but think about what you're saying. If Dana has a will like Rena, then that would mean that we've been controlled by the voice of Dana this whole time, just like these things.
Dana's will hasn't been forcing us to do anything.
Yeah, but
Let's assume that what Hevrect 35 claims is true, and that we are indeed cut off from both planets. Even if we had previously been under the control of Dana's will, we would have noticed now that we are disconnected.
Your fear is not based in logic. The voice of Dana is much smaller and quieter compared to that of Rena's great spirit. Rena's astral energy is amassed at its center, whereas Dana's is shared among all its constituents. So thinly is that energy spread that it cannot coalesce and formulate a will. Our findings here indicate as much.
Which explains why we felt its will where we did. The Wedge and Lenegis are where so much of that energy had been accumulated.
The Great Spirit's desire is to consume all astral energy. And the pursuit of that desire is why you see Rena in its current state. As a result, it has turned its attention toward Dana.
Is that why the crown contest is necessary? So that the Great Spirit can feed off of Dana?
Yep.
Indeed. And it was to that end that we Helganquil devised the crown contest. Had the initial spirit channeling from 300 years ago succeeded, all of Dana's astral energy would have been seized.
But the ceremony failed. Lenegis was severely damaged, and you lost both the Sovereign and the Renasalma.
Correct. A change in plan was required to ensure the spirit channeling's success. However, recreating the Renis Alma required a vast amount of energy. That is why we turned to Dana.
Hence, crown
So
contest.
that was the real purpose behind the crown contest. An efficient means to harvest the necessary energy from Dana.
This is all happening because of me.
Nevertheless, you still haven't answered one of Alphen's original questions. Just why have you brought us here to your base, Hevrect 35?
First, it was to confirm the identities of you, my unexpected visitors. Second, it was to ascertain whether you would be likely to accept my request.
A request? But what could someone like you want us to...
I wish for you all to slay the Great Spirit.
Oh!
I'm sorry, did you just ask us to kill your master?
Yep.
I did. It is in your best interest that you do so, I might add.
Well, we were planning on
What
doing
makes
that
you say
anyway.
Lenegis has entered the final stage of the spirit channeling plan. As we speak, Dana's energy is being harvested en masse and transmitted to Rena. If nothing is done about the Great Spirit, it will not be long before all is lost.
You're saying the destruction we saw earlier is just the beginning? That...
We won't let that happen.
Why do you want us to kill the Great Spirit so badly? Is it to save our world? To free you, Helganquil, from under its control? Why?
No. My primary concern is validating our findings and analysis, which have taken many years to realize. As such, it is my desire to see how your actions impact and change these systems. However, I will not deny that vengeance also plays a part.
Vengeance? For what?
In spite of our long service to the Great Spirit, our species is on the brink of extinction.
You mean... you're dying?
At this stage, it would be wise for you to talk with the others.
Oh, great,
Ask
that's
them
more.
what you need to know. Once you have your answer, return to me. If you agree to help, I shall fix your ship.
Others? Just how many of you are there?
I am the only Helganquil who inhabits Dake Faisal.
Hey! Hey!
It's no use. I think it's done talking to us. Let's take a look around.
So if there are others then, are we going to have to go speak to terminals or something? But there we go. So we've now got Helganquil, who are, I guess, originally from Rena. Because we were at the point where we didn't know if anybody had actually been on Rena, had been on the Renan homeworld for years. But it looks like it's a case of this great spirit is just gorging on astral energy to the point where it doesn't care where it gets it from or what it does to do it. It's just going to destroy everything to get it. So we got to stop that before Dana gets wrecked. Okay, so who are these others then?
You can't seriously be buying anything that creature told us, right? I mean, it's practically blackmailing us into doing its dirty work.
To be honest, the conversation went on for so long, I'm not sure I understood all of it. How about you, Dohalim? Were you able to follow it at all?
A little bit.
At the very least, everything it said about the Renan Great Spirit adds up. At the end of the day, this whole chain of events comes back to astral energy.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, had we not previously encountered the will of Dana, I suspect I would find its story much more difficult to believe.
The spirit of Rena wants to see Dana completely destroyed.
But why? Astral energy is supposed to be a force that creates and shapes the world.
It doesn't matter. I don't care if we're up against an entire world or what its game is. We're not going to let it destroy Dana.
Right.
There is one other thing that concerns me. How the Great Spirit, the Helganquil, and the Crown Contest are all part of a centuries-long plan is clear enough. But what about the Renans? How do they factor into all this?
Good question.
Now that you mention it, and all that talk, Hevric 35 never even brought up the Renans once. And as for the Helganquil, we never did find out just what they are either.
Maybe it had a reason for keeping its silence. Or perhaps there's even more going on. Maybe the others will shed more light on the matter. Let's find out.
Yeah, but who are these others if Hevric is the only Helganquil on the area? So we're going to go down to the other floors, I guess. And so can we go to the lower floors? Upper level, lower level? Yep, we can go to the upper level. Yo, Adam, how you doing? Maybe the Renans and the Danans ain't so separate after all. Possibly. Quite possibly. Remember, though, that Renans are the only ones who can use dark astral energy. Pretty planet! Oh, like, that's gorgeous, but that is currently destroying... The giant flower is currently destroying the other planet, which is bad. So you've got Dana down on the right there, Lenegis in the middle, and Rena up on the left. And we gotta stop that, but there is literally nobody up here. This is going to be a moment where we have our, like, we gotta go do this speech. So there was nobody there. We got to go down to the lower area. Got to go down to the lower decks. But the lower area then. Who or what is in here? Oh, wait, a bit to find it. Yep, it's more stuff. There's what? There's people.
Who are they?
What is it?
Oh, my apologies. It's just been so long since I've seen any humans from the outside world.
Are you a Renan?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. The Overseer told us to answer any questions you might have. Whatever you want to know, we'll tell you as much as we can. But be quick. Our subjects are undergoing a dramatic shift that we don't want to miss.
What a weird guy.
He must have meant Hevric 35 when he mentioned that Overseer.
And what was that about subjects?
Yep.
You don't think he meant Dana and Rena, do you?
Yep, we're giant lab experiments.
There isn't anyone else we can talk to. I guess we should ask around here.
We know a lot of JRPGs that start medieval and end up going to space or sci-fi, but you think Star Ocean and the Tales are worse for it? I mean, Tales is pretty good at it. Yeah, definitely. Star Ocean has always been about space.
Have you guys lived up here in Dig Faisal with Hevric 35 for a long time?
Yes. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head just how long it's been, though. We regularly go into stasis, so our sense of time has gotten rather out of whack over the years.
Why are you all even here in the first place?
Originally, this station was where we worked to perform maintenance on Lenegis from the outside.
Ah!
We heard that the facility ended up in its current location due to an accident.
Oh, it was terrible. Apparently there was some kind of accident, and when help never arrived, they presumed the entire facility had been destroyed.
And you've been working for Hevrecht 35 ever since?
Well, at first we thought that there was nobody else inside the facility, but then it turned out the Overseer was there all along.
What do you mean?
The Helganquil have the technology to cloak themselves around us Renans.
Hence why they could never see the Red Woman.
As long as they don't do anything obvious, a Renan won't see one, even if it's right in front of them.
Which would explain why Shion and I failed to notice the Red Women previously. Do they employ an astral art of some sort?
I haven't been able to scientifically confirm it for myself, but from what I understand, the type of cloaking they use is primarily achieved through mechanical means. In addition, they also used hypnosis devices and information control to get us to do what they wanted without being detected.
Which we've seen.
It's a pretty sophisticated operation, especially since it avoids any unnecessary conflict.
Yeah, right.
I have to imagine that's how Lenegis is still run.
But aren't the Helganquil themselves controlled by the Great Spirit? If so, why aren't Renans affected by it in the same way?
The Great Spirit's mind control only works on Helganquil, so they had to employ other means to manipulate us Renans.
You act like this didn't affect you personally. If I was you, I'd be mad as hell at their deceptions.
I mean, sure, I was surprised when I first found out about it, but it happened so long ago.
Hevrecht 35 has clearly ceased concealing itself, though. Why is that?
Because it's dying.
Who can say? My guess is it just got bored, or maybe even a little lonely.
Don't you want to go back home to Rena or Lenegis? Our ship is going to be fixed pretty soon. You could ride with us.
No way. If we went back after knowing the truth, they'd either just brainwash us or purge us outright. After all this time, there's nothing to be gained from going back. We've all agreed it'd be best to simply stay here and watch everything unfold instead. Things are going just fine with the Overseer. Not that it'll be around much longer. It can't extend its life any further. That said, I'm sure it's pleased to see the final stage of the plan before it passes on, though.
Yeah, but we're not.
Thank you for answering our questions.
Hey, Dave, how you doing? Okay, more questions.
Can we talk to you for a few minutes?
Sure. It's going to be a while before the two planets undergo their next shift, so I can talk until then.
What do you mean their next shift?
Please, tell us what you know about the Helganquil.
You mean the Overseer's species? I can't say I know much about them.
Well, for starters, where'd they come from?
Where else? From Rena, obviously.
From Rena? Wait, are you telling us those things live right alongside the Renans down there?
Of course not. There's really no such thing as Renans in the first place.
Excuse me?
Oh, I thought the Overseer explained everything.
Apparently not.
Please, tell us more.
Well, in a nutshell, the Renans were originally created from Danans by the Helganquil.
But if that's true, then that would mean there aren't any people on Rena.
Which I already called.
There aren't. But there are Helganquil. That's what the name literally means in their language. People of Rena.
But what need could they possibly have to create a whole new race of people?
It was a way to bolster their dwindling workforce. I trust you're aware that the Helganquil are on the verge of extinction, yes? In essence, we were created to carry on their work for the Great Spirit after they all die. They gathered Danans who had an affinity for astral arts and proceeded from there. That's why we, as their descendants, can all cast arts, albeit to varying degrees.
Let me get this straight. Are you saying Renans were originally created from Danans that the Helganquil kidnapped?
Wait, that explains why almost nobody can use Astro Arts on Dana now.
Helganquil technology is truly amazing. The way they alter their bodies is far less invasive than your conventional surgeries. They have these tiny machines that are practically invisible, which they insert into their bodies and...
Enough. You needn't tell us anymore.
Nanomachines, son.
How can you speak so calmly about all of this?
I guess I can see how, when viewed in a certain light, their ways may sound grotesque. But if you ask me, I think they ultimately did us a favor. They saved us from crawling the earth in ignorance. If it meant their hands had to get a little dirty in the process, then so be it. Anyway, the Helganquil are the real Renans. Personally, I don't think it's such a big deal. They're also mostly the ones behind what you see going on between the two planets. I think that covers just about everything worth knowing.
I see. Thanks for filling us in.
Does he really expect us to believe that Renans never truly existed? How absurd.
Dohalim.
Just when I think we're getting to the bottom of it all, some new revelation smacks us in the face.
Mood.
Then let's hope this is our last revelation for a while.
Somehow I doubt it. That's a big revelation there. So the Renans have never actually existed. They are Danans with an affinity for astral energy that have been brainwashed to believe that they actually came from Rena, when they didn't. So this entire situation, this entire science experiment is literally being engineered by this great spirit, but we still don't know why. It did very much become Metal Gear Rising Revengeance there. Nanomachines, son. And as Rinwell pointed out there, that's why Danans can't cast astral energy, because everybody that had the ability to cast astral energy or astral arts were removed from the planet. So eventually, you had people procreating that couldn't use astral arts. So in Dana, astral energy and usage of astral arts depleted, while on Rena, it kept happening. Okay. What other revelation we getting?
Do you know anything about a spirit channeling plan?
If you mean the first plan from 300 years ago, then yes. Do you know what its main objective was?
Yes. It was to use Lenegis to siphon off Dana's astral energy and send it to Rena.
Exactly. However, there were two problems we had to consider. First was how to collect and send such a large quantity of astral energy without it becoming sentient. Second, we had to figure out how to convert Dana's energy so it would be compatible with Rena.
I take it the solutions to those problems were to use the wedge for the collection, and then the Sovereign and Maiden to convert the energy.
We have a winner. However, the first plan failed when the Sovereign was overwhelmed and became frenzied.
Oops.
The reason for that is because the Maiden lost control. I'm told he slaughtered many Renans in Helganquil that day.
Yeah.
For the next plan, we tried to recreate the Renis Alma, but we didn't have nearly enough of the other non-dark astral energy types. To amend that, we set our sights on Dana and implemented a system whereby we could extract energy from it.
The crown contest.
And the crown contest began.
Correct. Since the Maiden had been the failing point in the previous plan, it was decided to replace her role with machinery to avoid further mishaps. A new Sovereign had to be made as well. It was such tremendously difficult work, its success was dubious. But from the look of things, it would appear such worries were unfounded.
So that's what the purpose of that room we found in the Forbidden Zone was.
To act as the Maiden.
What about the flower that sprouted from Rena?
Flower? Oh, that thing. That's the physical manifestation of all the astral energy that's been harvested from Dana. As I'm sure you've noticed, it's quite a lot of energy. At this point, it's likely that it's become physically integrated with Rena's planetary structure.
Hevrecht 35 mentioned that the spirit channeling plan is entering its final stage. Is that true?
It is. I never thought I would live to see the day with my own eyes, and yet here we are. Are we done talking now? If it's all the same to you, I'd really rather not miss anything that's about to happen.
He talks like the potential end of the world is just another day on the job.
You've got to remember that these guys have been living alone up here for a long time. Who knows what shape their minds are in?
Honestly, their minds are at the point of,
Feels
we're
like our
scientists.
whole world has been turned upside down. Is there anything we know that's still true at this point?
Seriously, I'm still trying to process the fact that we Renans were created by the Helganquil, let alone the Sovereign and Maiden stuff.
Let's take a moment to gather ourselves. I know all of this is a lot to believe and take in, but I think it's fair to say that we've found the answers we've been looking for. Does everyone agree?
Agreed. Though I'll admit that I never expected it to all boil down to Rena's great spirit being behind everything.
Everything that's happened, everything we've endured, it's all because of astral energy.
And to get that energy, the Great Spirit took control of the Helganquil. Then the Helganquil created the Renans, who went on to invade and rule over the Danans.
Plus, the reason the Great Spirit can't directly control the Renans as well is likely because they were originally Danans all along.
Either way, I think it's fair to say we've all had a lot to take in at once. Maybe too much, even. We should probably take it easy and rest our minds a bit. Why don't we all take some time to think things over, before we decide on our next move?
That's a good idea, Kisara. If the Renan Great Spirit really is behind all this, then we've got a really big fight ahead of us. Because it's not just Dana on the line, but Rena too. If we're going to do this, we need to be completely sure of ourselves. So let's go ahead and break off for now. We aren't in any immediate danger, so we should be okay. You sure you don't want to be alone right now?
I could ask you the same question.
I figured I'd get all my thinking in while walking around and checking up on everybody.
I'll go along with you. I'm interested to hear what's on everyone's minds too.
Sounds good. Let's go find them.
Everyone's just gone their own way, huh?
Yeah, let's hit up each spot.
Yeah, Moogle, it is. You realize at this point it's been Danans killing Danans, but they didn't know that because they were thinking it was other things, you know? Like, they thought it was Rena versus Dana. That's what they were told to believe. Because this has been perpetrated over 300 years. So obviously, descendants after descendants after descendants, lines start to get blurred, ideas and ideals start to get changed, and before you know it, you're in the situation that you're in right now. But dang, why?
Everything we thought we knew, it was all just a fabrication that the Red Women, that the Helganquil made up.
Right. Assuming we can believe anything that Hevrek 35 has told us, that is.
Well, if the names are anything to go by, it's possible the Helganquil could be behind the fruits of Helgen too.
But if Hevrek 35 was telling the truth, and this was all just one massive lie, does that mean everything we've done up until now has been pointless?
No, I don't think so. Or at least I hope not. I think it just means we've lost our foothold for now. That's all.
Really? Well then, if we've lost it, I guess we'll just have to find another. All of us together. And if we can't find one, then we'll make a new one. End of story.
Make one, huh? I see. Right then. Count me in.
But here's my question then. We were going to fly from Lenegis to Rena, but before we got there, we were teleported by the Helganquil to this facility. Or rather, we were teleported to another part of space that happened to be in the same sector as the facility. And now we're being told everything. Hevrek is pretty much dying at this point, unable to extend its life anymore, and is therefore curious about what would happen with us interfering with the plan. Also, technically no longer under the Great Spirit of Rena's influence. So are they trying to tell us that this entire thing is going to unravel because one space station was left well, not uninhabited, but was left adrift? And now a scientist is going, but what if? And we're going from there. Are we really going down the route of what if? Okay, Kisara, what's up? Okay, so there's more people here as well, actually. I can heal you. Hey, Tojan. Yeah, guards in prison or social experiment on a planetary scale. Hey, I got happy balls. Sweet. Okay, Kisara, what's up?
Oh, it's you two. Does he seem like he's doing any better now?
He who?
You mean Dohalim? No.
Oh, you mean Dohalim, don't you?
I know that we're all struggling to wrap our minds around it all, but he looked like he was taking it really hard earlier.
Yeah, he was.
What do you think about everything we've learned? About the Renans and the Great Spirit and all that?
On some level, I'm not even really sure what to think, to be honest. I mean, the Great Spirit is like a huge natural disaster, but with a mind and will of its own. But if that thing's hellbent on trying to destroy our planet, then the only thing left for us to do is stop it. As for the Renans, I suppose my feelings on that are a bit more mixed.
How so?
Coexistence between Danans and Renans in Menancia is still a work in progress. In my case, I think that's partly because deep down, I was still on guard around Renans. So, to be told that they're like us, that they're actually just like us is, well, I guess it's a little deflating, to be honest.
You kept a pretty level head.
You mean about the Renans? At the end of the day, the Helganquil and the Great Spirit are the ones who are responsible. But at the same time, I realize that not every Danan is necessarily going to believe that either.
I know you're already aware of this, but the list of grievances the Danans have against the Renans is long, and understandably so. And if people then find out that they're all actually one and the same, yeah, I don't think they're going to take to it too kindly.
Even just among the Danans, I'm sure there'll be some who emerge with power and some who won't. I think if we can find a way to get rid of that imbalance, then we'll be in a truly good place.
Well, first we can try to figure out what to do about the existing conflicts we have.
Yeah. It'd be nice if one day people could learn to get past their hatred like Rinwell did.
It's no small task. We can't pretend like the past didn't happen and ask people to forget their very real pain and suffering.
Right. Everybody has their reasons for feeling the way that they do. But if we just keep yelling at each other about it, we'll never move on. In a worst-case scenario, it might lead to even more people getting killed.
And we all have to figure out how to meet halfway. Not just that, but to also embrace each other's pain, in a sense.
That's an interesting way of putting it.
It's true. Everybody has their own scars, their own trauma. The first step to healing those wounds is to put aside that hatred. It won't be achieved through reasoning, but I think it's a good first step, if nothing else. And now, I think I see a way to move forward. But to do that, first we need to make sure our planet isn't going to get wiped out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I was away to say, like, it's all well and good saying that we need to try and somehow break down the wall of Renans versus Danans and all that, but, you know, we've got a more immediate problem right now. Like, a giant flower planet is currently nobbing on your astral energy. Hello, Rinwell.
You both seem awfully calm.
Only because after everything we've seen, we don't have the energy to keep being shocked.
How are you holding up, Rinwell? That whole talk about the Renans looked like it shook you up a bit.
Yeah. I get this sinking feeling whenever I remember how Danan mages like my family were persecuted and died out. And now, I finally know why that is. But I was thinking, if Renans end up living together with Danans again, then mages won't be such an unusual thing to see on Dana anymore, right? I know it's not as simple as all that, but Danans probably won't be so quick to let their guards down. And there might be Renans who still act superior because of their arts.
It wouldn't surprise me. 300 years of bad blood and prejudice isn't going to be an easy thing to overcome.
Yeah. I know firsthand just how much hatred can take hold in your heart once you let it in. But even so, I was still able to change. And if I can change, so can anyone else. So I was thinking maybe, I don't know, I could use my position as both a Danan and a mage to help bring both sides together.
Renwell.
That great spirit worries me too, though. Dana's will feels so warm and inviting. So why is Rena's will trying to destroy our entire planet?
Now that you mention it, Everett 35 and the other scientists here never really brought that up. Maybe they don't know either.
Maybe. But regardless, at the end of the day, Dana's still our home. There's no way we can let it be destroyed.
We won't. We'll keep it safe no matter what.
Yep, that's still something that's never been explained. Why is... Well, in this case, we now know it's the Great Spirit. Why is the Great Spirit of Rena doing this? My theory right now is it's just hungry and is gnawing on everything that it can. Are other Tales games this full of wham and twists? Yes. Pretty much. Yo, Law, how you handling it, buddy?
I still can't believe it, man.
You're not the only one still trying to make sense of all this. Believe me.
Really? You've never struck me as the type of guy to get hung up on these sorts of things.
Did you forget what happened back in Thistleum? Once my memory started coming back to me, I felt completely and totally lost.
It was really that bad for you?
Yeah, it was. But thanks to Law and everybody else, I remembered that I still had things out there worth fighting for.
Man, I think you might be a better guy than me, Alphen. All I can remember thinking was, when's this guy gonna get his act together?
Law.
I was too worried about repeating the same mistakes I'd made back with my dad, and running away from the truth. That was no way to live. And I've tried to stay strong, my way. But all this talk about other races and the world ending, if I can be honest with you guys, it's just all too much for me to handle right now.
I know this is going to sound strange coming from me, but maybe the key is not to worry too much about the big stuff right now.
Oh?
I used to worry all the time about my thorns, for obvious reasons, but I never really opened up to anyone about them. And when I realized my visions pointed to a threat that was bigger than me, I didn't know what I should do or who to tell. But that's when I finally got it. You guys were all there for me, to teach me what's really important. I just had to open up and listen.
In other words, if you let the big picture stuff get you all muddled up inside, you'll begin to lose sight of what you really care about. Yeah, I think you're right.
The thing that's most important, what I really care about, all I want to do is protect the people that really matter to me, to fight for them. That's good enough, right?
Not everyone is strong enough to fight.
Huh?
It's something your dad told me once when he was still alive. Law, you know you're strong enough to fight, and you're strong enough to protect the people you care about. Forget all the big stuff going on. Just don't lose sight of what you want to protect in the first place. Sound good?
Yeah, I think it does. It's like a big weight's been lifted off my shoulders. I'll fight to protect the people around me. Just like I always have. I think that's best.
Is this game on PC? Yes, Alpha Cat. It's on PC as well if you want to grab it. Now to go and see Dohalim. The one who is most likely not having a good time with all this.
I apologize for making you witness that.
You mean hearing the origins of the Renans?
Indeed. It's shocking to have so many things I thought to be indelible fade away in mere seconds.
Even I'm still not sure everything we've heard here is actually true.
Let's not delude ourselves. If what we've heard is a lie, it's a rather elaborate one. I can only imagine that you must have been constantly feeling like this, ever since your memory returned, Alphen. And you as well, Shion. About your thorns, and being a maiden.
That's just part of being alive, don't you think?
Well, to say the least. But enough about me. I'm not concerned for myself. What concerns me is all of the other Renans out there.
When you say the other Renans, you mean the ones that are living on Lenegis or Dana, right?
Correct. Even if we stop the Great Spirit from annihilating Dana, our problems will still remain. Putting aside the untold state that Rena may be in, if we do not truly belong there, we will have to think long and hard about where it is that we wish to return to.
So, I guess your only real choices at this point are to either stay on Lenegis or come down to Dana, huh? And right now, Lenegis might not even be a safe option.
And at the same time, Danans are hardly likely to embrace Renans with open arms. If the issue is forced, things could turn dire.
So don't force it then.
After all, 3 centuries worth of hatred to overcome between us. And the victims of our rule have absolutely every right to feel animosity towards us Renans. Our own circumstances as the aggressors are irrelevant.
I didn't expect the former Lord of Menancia to be so down about people reconciling.
Menancia's fate was a stroke of good luck. There had been backlash over how it had been ruled, and I was blessed to have sympathizers among my ranks. Still, even now, there remain ardent dissidents.
But things can still change if you have the right people to help lead the way. Isn't that what you hope to achieve on Lenegis, after this is all over?
Indeed. I have fully accepted the burden of that responsibility. In that regard, I remain determined. On that note, I have something of a favor to ask of you, Alphen.
Oh? What is it?
I wish for you to serve as a mediator so that the Renans can live on Dana peaceably. As the one and only Blazing Sword, I suspect the Danans may listen to what you have to say when problems arise.
And I take it that you'll be the one to represent the Renans?
Yes. I realize that I'm asking quite a lot of you. However, the fact of the matter is that it will take time for Renans to re-enter Danan society without any bloodshed. That is why...
You're the same as ever, Dohalim.
Is it too much?
No, relax. You get so tense and formal when you're asking for a favor. Listen, there's no need for that. We're friends.
You're too kind. I can see you were raised well.
That's some high praise, Alphen.
Then I'll ask once again, this time just as friends. Alphen, will you help me?
You don't even need to ask. Of course I will.
Thank you, my friend.
Well, it sounds like everyone's learning from their past and using it to create a better future for everyone.
What about you, Shion? How do you feel about the origin of the Renans?
To be honest, I'm not really all that shocked, actually. I mean, I might be a Renan in the literal sense, but I've never really felt like one of them. Right now, it's kind of a mystery.
How do you mean?
Because for a really, really long time, all I ever thought about was how I was going to die. Not if or when, but how. I thought I'd die alone. That fate had me in its steely grip. I would have never imagined that I'd be traveling with someone like you, fighting to save Rena and Dana. I mean, how could I have? It's been going on for 300 years. All this tragedy and destruction. When you consider the Helganquil's part in all this, it's been even longer than that. It was Naori's hope that somehow, someone in the future would be able to stop it, before it was too late. How it fell on us, of all people, to heed that call, is a mystery.
I don't think Naori was hoping that we would just stop the world from getting destroyed. She considered me, a Danan, as a real person. And she very much cherished her own people, too. I don't think she wanted the world to be saved, just so they could go back to hurting each other. Oh, maybe this is what she meant.
Huh?
When we were talking to Kisara earlier, about all that stuff like everyone's needing to meet halfway and embrace each other's pain and suffering. She said that the first step down that path was for each of us to put aside our own hatred. That means forgiving other people, even and especially before they forgive you.
Forgiving. So it goes both ways, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I don't just mean forgiving things that happened in the past either. Conflicts will keep happening. If we have any hope of moving on and building a better future, we have to all learn to forgive each other.
You know, you're right. People can hurt one another without even meaning to. I know that better than most, thanks to these thorns.
It's not going to be easy getting past this pain. But if we can do it, I'm sure there'll come a time when we can all truly understand each other. I'm there with you, Shion. I too want to protect the world we live in, and all the people we care about. I think that's the very least I can do to repay Naori for everything that she did.
Yeah. I want a future that she would feel proud to live in, and I'm going to fight for it.
Whoa there, Savior Girl. We're here to save you too, you know.
Yes, I know. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I want to live, and that's the honest truth.
Well, is everybody ready to do what needs to be done?
I am. There's a lot to think about, but at the end of the day, Dan is still in danger. I don't care who we're up against. We'll kick their ass.
What are your thoughts, Alphen? I want to know what's on your mind, too.
Like Law said, if we have to fight the Great Spirit on Rena, and so be it. It's trying to rob us of our entire world. And it's going to take not just our home, but all of existence along with it. That alone is enough to make it our enemy. But it's not only that. One way or another, I think beating the Great Spirit is going to be tied to us saving Shion.
You're saying there's a chance?
You're referring to the vision of destruction we all saw in Lenegis, I take it?
Yeah. 3 centuries ago, the astral energy that appeared at the spirit channeling ceremony showed Naori that vision. And to hear Shion tell it, it's the same one that she sees from her own thorns as well.
Indeed. Shion's thorns are comprised of dark astral energy, the one type which we know is native only to Rena. And if Rena's great spirit is what's behind Dana's pending destruction, then...
Shion's thorns are the Great Spirit? It's not actually on Rena like we thought?
We don't know anything for certain. At the very least, though, I think it's possible her thorns are a part of the Great Spirit.
While the main body resides in Rena.
Shion.
If these thorns really are a part of Rena's great spirit, I'm going to go over there and give it a piece of my mind and then some.
The question is, how do we confront it? Suffice it to say, that flower growing out of Rena is enormous, large enough to house the will of an entire planet. The Wedge and Lenegis were both hard enough for us to overcome in their own right. This is an altogether greater challenge for merely 6.
And we only know about the Thorns connection thanks to Naori.
Hevric 35 has been observing the Great Astral Spirit this whole time. It wouldn't ask us to fight it unless it has a plan of some sort. Let's go see what that is.
Plus, you kind of need to go and ask them anyway, because if you don't agree to help them, you're stuck here because your ship is not working and there's no way for you to get back. So you were stuck in a catch-22 here.
Our minds are made up. Let's go give Hevric 35 our answer.
But at the same time, Yeah, this is a lot. Yeah, self-destruct. This is info dump 3, the info dumping. Yes, very much so. Also, through that, Tiny Tim, thank you for the raid there, buddy. We were going through a lot of info dump, a lot of exposition. We do have a cape, yes. We have a shiny new outfit. This is his sovereign outfit, I believe, is what it is, with his shiny sovereign sword. And Shion is wearing her maiden's outfit. No maiden gun, though. You nearly at the end? I have no idea if I'm nearly at the end, but we are lore dumping hard right now. Things have been twisted on its head quite massively.
So if the Sovereign and Maiden were originally boot-up programs for Lenegis, what about now?
Even with the Forbidden Zone in ruins and the Renaissance stolen, Lenegis is functioning fine. If it needed us before, it doesn't appear to now.
First they lumber you with a position you never asked for, then you're discarded like you're nothing? Who the hell do they think they are?
More importantly, who do they think we are? We might not even factor into their list of concerns.
I just hope everyone on Lenegis is safe.
Worst comes to worst, Lenegis is equipped with a large number of starships that people can escape in. As long as the whole satellite doesn't suddenly explode or something, they should be fine.
Wait, explode?
In any case, if we're truly going to make a difference, it's on Rena we're needed, not Lenegis. The people there will be fine, I'm sure of it.
Buglord, just because you said that, you're kind of glad you don't understand most of what you're seeing, as you were kind of on the fence about spoiling yourself for this game. If you do not want to spoil yourself for this game in any way, shape, or form, I advise you to leave right now, because these are massive spoilers. We are in endgame territory right now, my friend. We are endgame. So this is definitely spoilers. Massive amounts.
Right.
Absolutely massive level of spoilers right now. So back to the central area. Let's go and see if we can speak to Hevrick and see what Hevrick has to say for itself, ourselves. I don't know.
Do you have your answer for me?
We want to ask something first. You're asking us to fight an entire planet. How exactly do you expect us to do that? You must have something up your sleeve, or else you wouldn't put us up to it.
The great astral spirit is an immense being, but its actual will does not run throughout its entire body. Rather, its will is derived from the core, which supports the rest of the body, and is where its strength is most densely concentrated. Therefore, if you destroy the core, the great spirit shall become unable to maintain sentience, and return to being ordinary astral energy.
And how are we supposed to destroy that core?
By using the Renis Alma. You will also need the assistance of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. They are our best tools for suppressing and controlling astral energy. Using their powers, the Maiden shall seal the great astral spirit within her body, and the Sovereign shall wield the power of the Renis Alma to destroy it.
Hold on. That sounds a lot like what Shion described before.
Yeah, killing herself to take out the thorns with her.
She was actually right all along.
By my calculations, your powers combined should be sufficient to destroy the great astral spirit, and disperse its energy widely enough to make it difficult to reform.
What will happen to the Maiden once we manage to beat the great astral spirit?
Any matter contained within the field of destruction shall be erased.
So it really will kill me.
This method is the most simple one available to destroy the Great Spirit, and is therefore our most reliable option.
What are our other options?
There is little reason to consider alternative courses of action when the most optimal among them is so clear.
You don't get it. I promised Shion that she wouldn't die. That we'd save the world without needing to sacrifice her. We didn't fight this whole time just to give up on her at the very end. If there's any other way to take out the Great Spirit, I want to hear it.
This plan shall lead to the fewest losses in preserving your world. Abandoning it is irrational. It is vital that you proceed with this plan. A part of Rena's great astral spirit already resides within her. 300 years ago, the Great Spirit descended upon Lenegis in an attempt to assume direct control of the spirit channeling ceremony. We have reason to believe the Great Spirit left part of itself behind, and that it now resides in the Maiden.
Which would make Alphen's earlier hypothesis correct.
That part inside the Maiden belongs to the core, and can be used by the Great Astral Spirit to revive itself.
It's a Horcrux. Lovely.
So long as it remains, it will be all but impossible to fully eradicate the Great Spirit. That is why it is necessary for it to be vanquished only once it is whole. Without the Maiden's direct control over the Great Spirit, attacking it is futile and will only serve to strengthen it.
No.
Wait. Naori said that the Renis Alma can suppress the self-realization of astral energy, and that the thorns could be neutralized by placing them in it. If so, can't the same also be done to the Great Spirit, seeing as the thorns are simply part of it?
Well, can it?
It is true that the Renis Alma is capable of what you suggest, and could contain the Great Astral Spirit.
Yes!
However, doing so requires fine control on the level of the spirit channeling ceremony, considering that the Renis Alma was previously lost when that ceremony failed. I cannot allow it. Its uncertainty is simply too great.
What does that mean for us if you won't allow it?
Your starship will not be restored, and you will all be unable to leave here.
Why you?
Fine then. I'd rather stay here and rot than do it your way.
Alphen?
Whatever we do, if we mess up, Dana's screwed. The Great Spirit will destroy it. If you're fine letting that happen, and we have nothing to gain either way, then I'd rather do nothing. We want to stop Dana from getting destroyed. We want to save it. But not if it means having to sacrifice one of us in the process. If all you're gonna do is sit back and watch us where it's safe, then quit ordering us around and shut up!
Alphen.
What you say is irrational. Be that as it may, I shall accede to your demand.
You'll agree?
I am an observer. The Sovereign, Maiden, and Renis Alma are my species' greatest achievement. I wish to see how well they work against the Great Spirit in light of our demise by its hands.
But what are we supposed to do about the Renis Alma? One of your buddies ran off with it back on Lenegis.
It is likely that the Renis Alma is with the Great Spirit, functioning as a catalyst for it to receive Dana's astral energy.
So our only option to retrieve it is to head straight for the Great Spirit and take it back?
According to my observations, the astral energy is most densely concentrated in the center of Rena, where the Great Spirit's core is located.
So right in the middle of that giant flower, then.
I have one more question. You've said that Rena's great astral spirit is already integrated with the planet. What will happen to Rena once it vanishes?
Without the will of the Great Spirit, Rena is predicted to collapse. Even in such a scenario, the energy will disperse, and the Great Spirit will likely not reform.
So you're saying that even if we manage to beat the Great Spirit without destroying it, we'll still be in danger?
Likely, the collapse will occur in stages. It is recommended that you all escape before the final stage.
Man, I wish that thing would tell it to us straight for once.
Havrek 35 and the others have gotten used to hypothesizing from afar is all. Fix our starship. We're going to Rena.
Excellent.
But I want to make one thing clear. We're doing this for ourselves, to protect what matters to us. We're not doing it for your sake, or because you told us to. Remember that.
It matters little to me. the end result shall be the same. Repair work on your starship has commenced. You'll have to wait until it's finished.
Thanks. Oh, the truth achievement.
For Hevrick 35 to talk like a normal person.
Yes.
I swear I can feel my brain starting to fry after listening to all that complicated stuff.
Don't worry. I think we're mostly done with him. Now all we have to do is rest up and wait. Once the Fall Knights is good to go again, we'll be taking off for Rena right away.
So... Shion was completely right about using the Renis Alma to take away her thorns, not realizing the grander scale of everything that was going on. I don't know why, but I started getting the thought of, you have to use the Renis Alma against the Great Spirit, and I'm sitting there going, wait a minute, Dolim just said that the Renis Alma can store a great amount of astral energy, maybe even the Great Spirit Alma, or the Great Spirit Rena itself. Are we throwing a Pokeball at the Great Spirit? Is that what we're doing? Are we playing Galactic Pokemon now?
Is the Renis Alma really our only hope against the Great Spirit? There has to be another way, right?
Shion's Fire Master Core was able to suppress astral energy to prevent it from gaining sentience, right? Couldn't we make use of that somehow?
I'm not sure. In small doses, maybe. And with the amount of energy we're talking about here.
Back in Calaglia, the Blazing Sword was able to take in a whole spirit vessel's worth of energy. If it has the capacity to manage that, it can do this, right?
Except after it absorbed the energy, it ended up releasing it all moments later, remember? Let's not forget, it nearly killed you. Besides, this is the Great Spirit we're talking about, not a paltry vessel. Even if I could use the Master Core, your body wouldn't be able to take the strain of channeling that much energy.
Hevrick 35 didn't mention it, and it did not seem the type to skimp on details. So assuming it's even possible, the chances are slim to none.
You're probably right.
Still stuck in the idea that Hevrick 35 is not a name but a score. A score for what? Alright, let's rest up and head back then. She's gonna make us rest up a little. Hello. Get some rest in the interim. Time to rest away. So I wonder if we'll get one last shop before we go. Surely we can get outfitted with cool gear in here. Or not. More plot.
You still thinking about what the scientists told us? About where Renans really come from?
I am, but not for myself.
You're worried about the future of the Renan people.
The fact that our people have been the same this whole time will only give the Danans further reason to resent us.
But you still intend to confront this truth head on, don't you?
It's been a year. Argick, keep it up, buddy.
Well, I did declare that I would live my life for the living, and not the dead. Even as I dream of retirement, I shall remain dedicated to the cause.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Now that I think about it, I don't believe I've ever heard you criticize or reproach us Renans even once.
I'm no saint. I have skeletons in my closet too. There was definitely a time when I hated Renans for who they were. I hated them just for being Renan. But you changed that, Dohalim. You gave me an opportunity to see them in a different light. Thanks to your reforms, we were able to stand next to Renans not as slaves, but as equals for the first time in our lives. Of course, I'm sure there were some Renans who still hated us on the inside. But we knew that not all of you were like that. There were those of you who were good, and that was a start. When it comes down to it, Renans are just people. They can be good or bad, just like Danans.
That is, in essence, the heart of your approach, isn't it? That we're all people.
Yeah, it is. When you can pull someone aside and talk to them one-on-one, then you have the chance to come to an understanding. But as soon as you stereotype, that chance goes away, and you stop thinking of them as people that you can relate to.
I understand what you're saying, but we're talking about massive numbers of Renans and Danans alike. Realistically speaking, surely they won't all be able to get along.
Even if we end up butting heads with one person, maybe we'll find better luck among their friends. If we can build a society that works like that, that'll be something worth nurturing and protecting.
So you wish for people to form real bonds and do away with the hierarchy outright? To deal with one another as humans, and nothing more? That's the ideal future you hope to see when this is all over?
Yes, I do. I think it would make for a fine tribute to my brother's legacy. Though, that said, I would be doing it for the people of the future first and foremost. Do you still plan to return to Lenegis when this is over?
Indeed I do. I don't know whether I'll be able to reside in Lenegis proper, however. My first order of business may be to find somewhere to live.
You'll always have a home in Menancia, you know.
As I shall ever keep in mind.
Well, if you ever need a helping hand, don't hesitate to come get me. I'll always be there for you, Doe.
Did you just... Never mind. Thank you, Kisara.
Cheeky.
I appreciate your patience as I work all this out.
Don't even mention it. And really, when you think about it, now that we know the two of us aren't so different after all, don't you think that brings down a barrier that used to be between us?
You know, I hadn't actually thought of it that way before. But I do like the sound of it.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Oh, here's the kids.
Hey, why'd you call me here? Was there something you wanted to talk about?
Well, if everything we've heard about the Great Spirit is true, then we're getting close to our final battle. So I wanted to apologize while I can.
Apologize? For what?
I was being real stupid before, about whether Dana's will had been controlling us and all that. I get why you're angry now. Anybody would be if something they trusted was being questioned. So, I'm sorry, Rinwell. Really. I should have kept my mouth shut.
No, Law. Honestly, I think you might have been onto something. Of course you were worried. Who wouldn't be if they found out there might be some invisible force pulling our strings this whole time?
But you really trust Dana's will, don't you? Is it because you can sense it a lot more than the rest of us? Because you can understand it?
Yeah, I think that might be part of it. But I think I also want to believe it's good.
Believe?
Remember how I used to really resent coming from a family of mages?
Yeah, of course. Because you were always on the run and had to live in hiding.
When we rescued Zephyr and I finally decided to come along with you all, something changed inside me. It was the first time I felt like my powers had any meaning, even if that meaning was only helping you guys fight. Then, when I felt Dana's will, I was overwhelmed by how vast and warm it was. It made me want to believe my powers were made to connect with it. It made me believe I had a bigger purpose.
So that's why you hope it doesn't turn out to be bad. You almost need it to be kind.
Yeah.
Well, alright. Then I promise I'll lay off bad-mouthing it.
You will?
There's no way for me to know for sure one way or the other, right? But you trust it, Rinwell, and that's enough for me. So I'll trust it because you do.
Remember what I said about neither planet's great spirit reaching us here?
Yeah?
That's not quite true. I can feel just a little bit of Rena's inside you and everyone else.
You... what?
I sensed it when we first got here. It's a really small amount, so it doesn't feel like it has a will of its own. I think that's how Dana's energy probably is too.
So you're saying there's a little bit of Dana's will inside each of us? In a way, doesn't that mean we're all Dana's will?
What?
Well, like you said, unless Dana's energy comes together, it has no will. So if we all have a little bit of Dana's astral energy inside us...
Yeah, maybe...
Everett 35 might know the answer. But, you know what? I don't need to ask it. My will is my own. I fight for who I want to fight for. That's who I am now. Who I've become. So thanks, Rinwell, for sharing that with me.
Ah.
To be honest, the only reason I was suspicious of Dana's will, well, I mean, it mostly was... I feel like you and I had grown apart lately, and I was worried it was because...
Huh?
Never mind. Nothing. Just forget about it.
Huh? No, what were you saying?
Saying? I don't remember
Come
saying
on.
anything.
Now you won't tell me what you were thinking?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Then spit it out already.
Of course Law has a crush on Rinwell, and Rinwell has a crush on Law as well. They always
You're sure
have.
you don't want to get some rest?
And I called it.
Can't. I've got too much on my mind. Especially knowing how close our last battle is. How are you doing, Shion?
Same as you. Still trying to absorb everything.
Remember when it was so simple? We were only fighting all the lords on Dana? All of that feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it?
Ages and ages ago. Everything that's happened since we first met. So many fights, so much chaos, so many wonderful people.
If I hadn't run into you that day, well, I wouldn't have met all of you. I never would have held the blazing sword or looked for something more. I wouldn't have my memories back. I'd still be a faceless slave, like as not long dead.
Hey, Alphen. I want you to promise me something.
Yeah?
If we can't find the Renis Alma, there's something I want you to do. Like Hevrecht 35 said, the only way we can end the Great Spirit for good is to go after both the main body in Rena and the thorns in me. I need you to promise me, Alphen, that if for some reason we can't get the Renis Alma back, you'll use the blazing sword to destroy the Great Spirit, and me along with it.
Huh?
It's true the blazing sword may not have the strength of the Renis Alma. But it's taken us this far. It's slain lords and beasts. At the very least, it has to be worth a try.
You can't be serious. Have you forgotten everything
Listen,
that we...
the Great Spirit isn't just our problem. It's a threat to our entire world. Renans and Danans alike. We don't know what's going to happen when we face it, but we need to be prepared for anything. We can't second-guess ourselves when the time comes. I promise you, I'm not planning on going anywhere. I'm prepared to fight with absolutely everything I've got. But if it comes down to it, I need you to be prepared too.
Okay. But you should know that I'm not going to give up on you, Shion. I'm going to fight this until the very end. I hope you can forgive me for that.
Alphen. Okay, I understand. And I'll forgive you.
Thank you, Shion.
So it's a promise then?
Yeah, it's a promise.
I remember how I felt the first time you touched me. My thorns made any contact a mistake no one would ever make twice. After they'd seen what could happen, fear would always linger behind their eyes. In my entire life, I never had someone willingly reach out to me. But when you reached out to me and gently took my hand, you didn't react at all. It was so easy for you. I don't have words for the shock I felt in that moment.
That's because I couldn't feel pain back then.
Even once you could, though, you still chose to keep reaching out to me. And when you did, I felt this warmth that I had never known before. But still, I hate having to see you suffer through it every time you do.
You won't have to worry about that for much longer.
You think so?
I do, because Shion,
No. You can tell me once my thorns are gone. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
I swear to God, if you've just set a flag because something is happening, I'll hate you. No, we're not entering rest mode. It's because it's cutscenes, okay? It's not idleness. It's cutscenes. The PlayStation turning things off on me.
Everybody get enough rest? We ready for this?
Yeah, we should probably get moving.
Agreed. Can't stand around waiting all day.
Our task is relatively straightforward. We need only descend down to Rena, defeat the Great Spirit, and restore stability to both worlds.
We're fighting for a new future for both Dana and Rena.
Right. We've come this far. We will save our worlds. That's a promise.
Then let's go, everybody. We've got one last wall to tear down.
It's a pretty big wall.
Repairs on your starship are complete. Everything is in working order.
Why, thank you.
Is that you, Hevrek 35? You can see us from where you are?
I can. I can see anywhere within the bounds of Dake Faisal.
Sounds like someone's a peeping Tom.
Maybe we should give Hevrek 35 a break. It has been stuck in this tiny facility for a very, very long time.
I have unlocked all functions on your starship. You can now make use of its warp drive.
Warp drive? Wait, you mean like what the Red Women used on us? What brought us here?
It's possible that the Red Women may have found a way to activate it on the starship. They are Helganquil, after all.
Using the warp drive, you should be able to breach Rena's atmosphere without being detected.
Wait, should?
You'll need to be careful. Due to the force field surrounding Rena, the ship will be unable to go any further than the surface of the planet.
So, once we reach the shell, it appears we'll have to infiltrate the core by foot. Understood.
We gotta go all the way down just walking?
Will all the Helganquil go back to normal once we defeat the Great Spirit? I have a strange feeling we're going to have to fight them before this is all over.
The extinction of my people is inevitable at this stage. As such, it would be illogical to risk the success of the mission in a vain attempt to save my kind.
We understand.
Can't that thing lighten up a bit? Everything it says seems to be about what's illogical.
Well, come on, Doe.
Hold up, did you just...
You heard the lady. Get going.
I have one last question. As Sovereign, your identification number indicates that you are well past your predicted life expectancy. Similarly, the Maiden lacks any identification number, as her function should have been rendered unnecessary. Despite this, the two of you continue to exist. Why?
We exist because others have entrusted this to us. Over the years, many people have come together and sworn to see this through to the end.
You mean it is because of multiple chance interactions? The likelihood of such events is statistically improbable. Why have you two continued to persist under these conditions?
It's hard to explain. To be honest, I don't think it's something an observer could understand. All right, time to get back on the Fall Knights.
Yeah, you can turn off the power functions of the PlayStation 5, but I leave mine set to what they are because it works for me. It just so happened that in this case, there's been so much exposition, so much lore dump, that me setting my controller down has made the thing go, I'm going to turn off in 10 minutes. No, I'm watching this. It's like watching a movie at this point. Jeez. And yes, we just had it there where basically all three couples pretty much just happened. Dohalim and Kisara, totally a couple. Alphen and Shion, the most obvious couple. And then, of course, Law and Rinwell. Although Law kind of, yeah, the typical, nope, need to back away, too embarrassed before things actually happened. Whether Dohalim actually realizes what Kisara is getting on about right now, I don't know, but we know, or we can assume. We can safely assume. The most oblivious couple, who, Law and Rinwell, or Dohalim and Kisara? Because Kisara is definitely not oblivious. Alright, to Rena we go.
It would appear that our Helganquil host really has fulfilled its end of the bargain.
You know what that means. Time to go to Rena.
I guess this means we should give that warp drive a spin.
Final dungeon! Final dungeon! Yeah. Oh, you mean Law and Rinwell? Yeah, pretty much. Oh, pretty cutscene. Pretty spaceship. Oh, yeah, no, exactly. Law and Rinwell are still very young, and they're very awkward about their feelings at that point. Yep, agreed. Some folks still are very awkward about their feelings at that point. Even older. Oh, pretty. Okay. The final dungeon. Oh, because that's not ominous. Oh, is that hollowing? Is that hollow? Is that a lake of hollow? That's a lake of hollowing, isn't it? This entire place is hollow. Can you say something about Rena? No, I literally just got here.
There's nothing here. This weird ocean we're surrounded by just stretches out everywhere.
It's hollowing.
Is this really where the Helganquil come from?
I don't sense even a trace of astral energy. This world is dead.
Which we called.
Then this must be the hollowing.
Yup.
You mean to tell me this whole world, the entire ocean is that stuff?
And it's covering everything. The entire planet.
This is what the Great Spirit does. After it depleted this planet of every last speck of astral energy, it went after Dana.
So arresting. This world of doom.
Back in its day, Rena was probably just as vibrant as Dana is. But after being robbed of its astral energy for so long, those days are gone and past. This is all that will remain.
So the Great Spirit took everything. It stole energy not just from living beings, but the land, the sea, everything.
And it bound the Helganquil in servitude until their whole world was nothing but this. And by the looks of it, that's how it remains to this day. A world of death and emptiness.
With nothing left here to consume, the Great Spirit turned its sights on Dana, looking for another host.
You're saying if we don't stop it, this is what Dana's going to look like?
Yep, it got hungry.
We can be sure that even these few remaining remnants of Renan life will not be spared in the end.
If the oblivion and darkness both Shion and Naori saw comes to pass, nothing will survive. It looks like we can climb down from there. Let's take a look.
Oh, yep. Big final dungeon time.
So this is Rena. This is where everything began. Yet it's a dead world?
I won't let Dana suffer the same fate. Ever.
Yep, we got a big dead world to come into now. It looks like we've got different portals in the area too. No way. Yep, different portals to go in when we get around here. Ooh.
A hollowed ocean as far as the eye can see. What do you think would happen if we fell in?
What do you mean, what would happen? You'd drown, wouldn't you?
Come to think of it, I don't believe I've heard of someone ever trying. Perhaps you'd like the glory of being the first?
No.
Nah, I'll pass.
This is essentially a world-sized Renan graveyard. Are you proposing to disturb the dead slumber just to satisfy your curiosity, Law?
No, because I said I passed.
Taking an interest is understandable, but let's not forget where we are. This place deserves our respect.
Looks like we're not going to be hearing the end of this one for a while.
You'd think I was already snorkeling in it or something.
You can now warp around again and do side stuff if you want. Lots of new side quests. After being given all this, now we are going through.
So the idea is to seal the Great Spirit inside the Renaissance using the Sovereign and Maiden's power. But just how do we do that exactly?
I'm guessing it won't be as easy as holding a spirit channeling ceremony at our leisure.
I already had wielded astral energy once 3 centuries ago. As for suppressing her thorns, Shion's had a lifetime's experience. The problem isn't just our enemy's strength, it's that it's sentient too. And you can bet anything you like it's not going to just sit back and let us destroy it.
In other words, we need to find some way to weaken it in advance. The Great Spirit, that is.
Back when Shion's thorns flew out of control, we were able to deal with them directly. If this is their host, they should be even more corporeal here.
If that's the case, it should make them easier to attack at least. And if we can manage to divert enough energy away from the spirit's core, even temporarily,
we might just be able to weaken it enough to steal the Renaissance, which we can then use to seal it away forever. It won't be easy, but it's our only shot. Time to buckle up.
I'd be rather worried if there were merchants in here, Miguel. Considering, you know, it's a place of death and we had no merchants come with us. Maybe I would expect a panel or something on the ship to give us that, but no. Actual merchants here? Not a chance. But yeah, after hearing all this going on in the game, giving us the option to go to Arena, there's no way I'm backing out now to do side quest stuff.
Question for you. Let's say, knock on wood, everything turns out for the best.
What'll the world be like? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of this, do you really think everything will be that different?
A lot will have to change, that's for sure. The world will have to adjust to so much. My only worry is if those changes turn out to be merely skin deep.
what do you mean?
It's well and good putting an end to Renan rule. But if it just turns the tables, it's all for naught.
That's true. Just as bad if the Danans started pressing their own.
Renans, Danans, astral art users, mages. The world is full of labels used to divide and separate people.
If only we could see differences like that for what they are. No different as someone having a musical talent or being good with their hands. Not differences so much as characteristics.
It will take someone in power to set an example. But with time, people will follow. And then, perhaps one day,
there will no longer be any need for the example. It will have become second nature.
That's where we come in. We can set the example. Imagine it. A world where magic and astral arts are used to help people. Where that's the norm rather than the exception.
Yeah, you're right, Rinwell. Why wait for somebody else? We can show them ourselves.
Well, there's our triple. Time to go in, and we've got... I don't know what we've got. I don't know how long this is.
Into that pit of astral energy.
Oh, we've got even more! More story!
I wonder what Helganquil civilization was like at its zenith.
I can imagine that'd be something you'd take an interest in.
There's no question it must have been advanced, like none either world has ever seen. We could surely stand to learn a thing or two from such a people.
I get that you're itching to delve into its history, but we've got bigger fish to fry right now.
Put a pin in it, and you can do all the research you want when you retire.
I can think of worse things than a retirement dedicated to research. As for whether Rena is amenable to an aging specimen...
It's a little early to be giving it serious thought just yet.
A man can dream, though. A man can dream.
Oh, we didn't say there's anything wrong with dreaming.
In your case, Dohalim, dreams have a habit of spiraling into something else.
You'll need to stay with us for now, though. You're too helpful to let retire.
Why do I feel this is less of a compliment and more of an ultimatum?
Just a friendly suggestion.
Oh my god, please stop!
Hey! Hey, I just realized something!
Is this about dinner last night? I didn't realize those ingredients were off.
What? No, I mean... Wait, you fed us rotten food?
Rinwell, the point.
Oh, yeah, right. So I was thinking about those armored soldiers we've seen. There are regular Renans inside them, right?
Yeah, they're designed to make whoever's wearing them stronger. At least, I think that's the idea.
Right. So it kind of begs the question then, why are they made so huge?
I don't know, makes them more intimidating, I guess? Or maybe all that tech wizardry inside takes up a lot of space.
You don't think it's weird how the armored soldiers are the exact same height as the Helganquil?
Can't say I'd ever noticed it till now. And?
Connect the dots, Law!
Okay, let me get this straight. You think the armored suits might have originally been designed to allow Renans to work alongside the Helganquil?
Huh. But if that's true, what would that mean?
It would mean... just that, I guess. But still, don't you think it's kind of interesting?
Not... hugely? Hey, Kisara, while I've got you, what's on tonight's menu? Because I was thinking, maybe meat?
Get him, Hoodle.
What did I do?
Oh, now you want to listen. Keep pecking, Hoodle!
Ow, ow, ow! Seriously, what the hell?
Oh, and there's another one. We keep going. Law, you brought that one on yourself, by the way. You shouldn't have ignored her.
You know, guys, when you think about it, we've taken out a lot of Zeugles. Like, a whole lot.
You can say that again. If one thing's for certain in this world, it's that wherever we go, we'll always end up bumping into them.
Isn't it weird that they're still so plentiful? You don't think the Renans have, like, a ranch
Oh,
where they breed them, do you?
Law!
Certainly in all of my years, I've never heard of them constructing such a massive facility on Dana, let alone up in Lenegis.
The only thing I can think of, then, is that the feral ones must be reproducing on their own.
There's also no organized effort on our part to hunt them down, so it's difficult to fully exterminate them.
Exterminate them? Whoa, don't you think that's maybe a little harsh?
What do you mean?
Zeugles originally used to be living creatures native to Dana and Rena, right? Being genetically modified isn't their fault.
You're right. Zeugles were only created because of us Renans. We altered the original creatures to suit our own ends.
First, people made Zeugles, and then we let them go. And now we're trying to kill them because they're a threat. They really have only seen the very worst, huh?
I hope we find a way to be able to live side by side with them one day.
It's a nice thought, but they attack towns and cities. What else are we supposed to do?
Aside from the strays that have gone wild, it's worth remembering that Renans are able to keep them somewhat under control.
If we had distinct territories that didn't overlap, that might reduce the danger they pose.
Well, I guess when you look at it that way, maybe people and Zeugles aren't so different after all.
Yeah, Code, if you're coming in halfway through this, or towards the end, the plot will definitely have you dazed and confused. You guys want more story? Welcome to the inside. Oh, hello. Time to fight. Time to fight.
Helganquil!
Guess they don't need their Red Woman disguises anymore.
Wait, can you understand us?
It's no use. We're not going to get through to them.
So they really are being controlled. In that case, we've got no choice.
Time to fight. Combat at last.
I knew there was something.
Oh, there's 6 of them.
They're not pulling punches. We have no choice but to beat them.
Oh, wow. Okay, hold on. So are these literally all boss level? Okay, yeah, are they boss level? No, they're not. They're not. Like, they're definitely strong. But I hope they're not boss level enemies, or we'll be in trouble. I need to move. I'm getting hit with this. Use that. Stop it.
Shut him down.
Oh.
Now you see what I can do. It's time.
We've got too many of them here. This is the problem.
Really strong out there.
I'm just trying to do the best I can.
Oh, do I...
Reassuring to have you around.
As impressive as always.
Come on.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever.
I'm not gonna hit that. I'm gonna die here. I need to use it. I need to use it. I'm gonna die if I don't.
Scarlet Inferno!
I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing arts to accomplish it.
Yes, please do. Use the power of all your healing arts to keep me alive, pretty please. Thank you for healing me. Can I get a hammer? Can I get a hammer? Oh, not quite a hammer. Okay, we've taken out quite a lot of them, actually. Keep hitting it, keep hitting it. Lovely.
Commander of Heavens!
Nice. Right, well, we've got our fights going on now.
Alphen.
We're gonna have to fight more of these, aren't we?
I can't forgive them for what they've done, but I hate killing them. They don't even know why they're fighting. How does that even make them any different from the Danon slaves?
It doesn't.
Perhaps. However, if we don't make a choice, the guilt of not doing anything will be that much worse.
Yeah, I know. I hate for it to be like this. But if it happens again, you won't find me hesitating to act.
What do you mean if it happens again? It will happen again.
If we lose heart now, this whole mission is
And
over.
we've got normal Zeugles as well. This time they're purple level though.
I have a
Level 50 and 52, eh? Oh, okay.
about this.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free.
What are we at? We were at level 41 last I checked. Have we increased in levels that much? I hope we have, or we're in trouble. 1, 2, 3, 4. Use my other attack, keep the break going, knock you up into the air, smack you a few times, hit you with that, knock you with that, knock you down into there, keep the combo going, and smack you with Kisara. Oh, thank you for actually catching him though, Halim. I thought you missed. I was gonna get mad there. The wolf has a giant spike on it. Yeah, eat the dirt, please. Thank you. Nice. Oh, Kisara has no mercy. Kisara's like, no, you die. Hammer!
Nicely done.
I'm happy. I got a frozen hammer on the stream. It's a Tales of stream. We got a hammer. We got a frozen hammer.
I still got a ways to go.
Yes, you do. What about us? Do we still have a ways to go? Probably.
I thought there'd be more dirt and rocks and stuff underneath the hollowed ocean, but it's all artificial.
I would imagine they're remnants left behind by the Helganquil, seeing as there's little actual land remaining.
It's incredible. Do you think it stretches all the way down to the center of the planet?
Hope so.
Hey, these guys built Lenegis, remember? They probably did this in a weekend.
If they had the power to create things like this, did they really only use those immense capabilities to serve the Great Spirit? Or rather, was that the only use the Great Spirit let them use their capabilities for?
You'll never know.
We
Helgan?
haven't seen anyone here except Helganquil. Looks like this place really is their home planet.
The true citizens of Rena. What a shame that they have become nothing more than puppets to the Great Spirit. To think of the promise their accomplishments once held. They had the potential to be great indeed.
Do you think we could have got along with them? You know, if we had met under different circumstances. Like
all of us, you mean? I suppose it's difficult to say for sure. We don't even know if they would see us as being on an equal level with them or not.
Nope.
I think we may have had the chance once, before the Renan Great Spirit came along and changed everything.
You and Alphen both share an optimism. A strong willingness to believe in hope.
Do you think that's foolish?
On the contrary, I should like to take a leaf from your book myself. In Tragedy's Aftermath, hope is all we have.
Oh.
Just look at the size of that thing. The Helganquil's technology certainly is impressive. And they don't seem to do things by halves either. In the past 300 years. Oh, even before that. Just how many people, Renan or Danon, do you think have ever seen this?
Regarding the past 3 centuries at least, I'd say there's a good chance that we're the first. Also, while I get that it's impressive and all, I'm just amazed you're still standing around gawping at it at a time like this. Sometimes I wonder about your priorities.
I can understand where he's coming from. More to the point, does anyone know where it leads?
What do you mean where it leads? To the center of the planet, of course.
And that doesn't strike you as sounding just a little bit, oh, I don't know, far? There has to be a quicker way to get there, right?
Yeah. With all this technology at their fingertips, it seems pretty unlikely that they'd make that kind of journey on foot. There must be some kind of device somewhere. Let's see if we can figure out how to use it.
Borrow one of their contraptions? You're either brave or out of your mind.
Teleport
If
me.
it works for them, there's no reason it wouldn't for us. Why make things harder for ourselves?
You know what he's like, Law. Once he gets an idea in his head, there's no talking him out of it.
Yeah, I'm not doing any of the side quests in that because we definitely got here. And I'm like, I want to see this to the end.
It appears this whole room functions as an elevator. That apparatus there is likely what's used to control it.
Giant elevator. And more skits!
I wonder how the Renans avoided being mind-controlled like the Helganquil. Do you think it might have something to do with the fact that they were originally Danons?
I'd say it's likely. Which is pretty ironic when you think about it.
Ironic?
The Renans have committed grave injustices against the Danons. But it was all of their own volition, not because they were being controlled. Now, it turns out they themselves were once Danons too.
Which must mean that the root of their evil isn't the Great Spirit, but something inherent in all of us. Our free will.
Now hang on, though. It was that same free will that allowed Xion and Dohalim to choose to fight alongside us. Without it, we wouldn't have been able to beat hatred and forge all those connections we've made. Free will is what saved us, right?
Law's entirely right. In any case, it certainly can't hurt to look on the bright side every now and then.
Yeah. Where there's hope, there's a way.
What'd he say?
He said, without a doubt.
Yeah. All right, upper level. Wait, why upper level? We're meant to be going down. What is this? No. Please don't be more. Yo, we gotta fight in the lift? Yo, we're fighting on the elevator. Yo, we're fighting on the elevator. That's cool. I like that. I like that a lot. We are fighting on the elevator.
Flying freaks! Why can't they just sit still? Can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Keep it down. Take it on. Keep it going. Oh, I didn't want to land on that. Aye, that was my bad. There we go.
Commander of Heaven! Phoenix
So a chaotic figure has spawned alongside more blast bees apparently. Yep, there's the chaotic figure over there. Thank you, Kasara.
And I'll stop your life!
You still don't get why they have to yell their attack names all the time? We keep getting more spawning in here. This is a bit nuts. I like this. Constant fighting. Oh, I didn't break it. We're close to breaking them. Go on. How you doing, Aru? I mean, they gotta let their teammates know what attacks they're doing, right? Nice. It is the elevator fight. We have had about an hour and 40 minutes of exposition, Alex. That is what we have had tonight. It has been nuts. I'm waiting for like a big boss enemy to appear and me to die miserably. Well, let it free then, buddy. Nice.
Commander of Heaven! Phoenix
What do we got? We've got Blast Bees, Astral Famine, and Chaotic Figure. Okay. Thank you for facing the wrong way while we were doing that attack. I appreciate it. Just punch it off. Ah, poop. I don't want to use my thing on it, but I'm going to have to, I think. Oh, there we go. Bam! Love my hammer. Oh, yes, you made her angry. I'm down. Oh, thank you. Bam. Oh, fine. I'll just knock you down this way then. I will boost break you if I have to.
Not much longer to go.
Come on, one final push.
Let's do this together, Alan. Do it!
How do you know there's not much to go? We're just getting ambushed on this elevator here by Zoogles. Just knock them all down. Shoot them down.
I can carve through armor.
It looks like we have this covered. Here's the evil. Illuminate the devastation. Freeze laser.
Strike. Searing gale.
Here's a healing art.
It's on.
First aid.
Try this.
Oh my god, please stop summoning more enemies. This is like the longest endurance battle we've ever had to do right now. The game heard me complaining about combat and it's just giving me even more. You know what? I'm down with this.
Can't get out of this. Commander of Heaven. Phoenix
Yeah, even more. We're still going. Remember, this is meant to be us going down, but we're going up instead. Nice.
Commander of Heaven.
Am I missing something here, or do I have to just keep doing it? Do I really just have to keep going? I feel like I do, because, like...
All yours, Kisara.
Wait! Oh, there you go. You've made her angry again.
Prepare to crumble. Hurricane thrust. Where are you going? I owe you, Tion. Do it. Healing is what my art.
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
Illuminate the dark.
Take this!
The earth throbs in pain.
Holy land. Radiant flood here. Came between heaven and earth. Now. You're mine.
Thank you.
Commander of Heaven.
Phoenix Cyclone.
Oh, can you imagine if you did this every time you used
Good
the
to know my
elevator?
training is
Yay! 13,000 XP earned for that. Booyah! Jeez. That's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff, that is.
What environment is this? There are still creatures here?
Yes,
You think
there
they're
are.
native to Rena? Or could they be Zoogle somehow?
Jeez. Thank you for the raid there, Omega Mario. Hope your stream went well, buddy.
Dangerous.
Oh,
Watch yourselves
pretty.
around them. You think
Pretty
that pit
light.
stretches all the way to Rena's core?
Oh.
That's true.
Don't get
So
careless.
level 45s against level 52s. We're actually not that far behind in levels, which is nice. Obviously, it's not great being over 7 levels lower, but at the same time, welcome to hard mode.
Ignite!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a
Ah, it doesn't matter at all, buddy. You're all good. Appreciate the raid either way. Never let anybody tell you otherwise.
If it's in the sky, it's mine. Oh, violent guardian with magic is there.
Rising Wyvern!
Feel love.
How does it go? Well, we're finally getting combat, which makes me happy. It's been a long story night again. Oh, your buddy just saved your life.
A wailing beast of lightning. Feel love. Get on in there,
Dragon Form!
I like the fact that Dragon Swarm for that is too slow to continue the combo.
I'm not done! It's over! Dragon Swarm! This one's all mine!
There we go.
Go for it. Prepare to crumble.
Whack him! Knock him down! Wrong button, but whatever. Go through. 3, 4. Whacking the stage, knocking it down, taking things out. Gonna use. Don't drop it, please don't drop it. Thank you.
All yours, Kisara.
Yes!
My turn! Here I come!
Ow. More blah blah blah. More magic. Oh. You gave Superman Monkey Ball Banana Mania a shot. You got a code from Sega. Struggle busted, but you'll get in time for streams later on. Too many like tasks to try fully grasping it. Fair enough. Congrats on getting a code for Sega for all it. I'm gonna hit you with a spell, and I'm gonna be very happy about it. I should give me this Sovereign Power. It did not. I'm surprised. Is it because I did a double? Hmm.
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
Did it!
Yeah. Nice technique.
It is very unbalanced, you say. That's the understatement of the century.
Commander of Heaven!
Monkey golf is good fun. Monkey golf and that is good fun.
That firepower of yours is really something.
I could say the same.
Okay, so we're not really getting anything here that we need to massively worry about right now, is what I'm saying.
I can't hold on much longer.
Dragon Form!
This one's mine.
Let's knock it down again.
Illuminate the dark. Holy glimmer. A chain between heaven and earth.
Oh, if only that combo continued.
Vacuum Blade! Sword Rain Alpha!
Oh, way to land over the other side. Well played game, I guess. Really? We're switching characters like that? You should be in a bind. If you're not, you will be in a minute. Oh, good hit. Good hit with the raining slash.
Not by a long shot.
Yeah, jump into it. Jump into that. That's fine. Swing it. Yeah, boost break them.
No time to hold back. Prepare to be sealed. Take this. Take it.
I'm gonna go down to 1 HP because we have no CP left already. Not that that's unusual for me in this. Wrecked. And cool pose finish. Yeah. Such a cool pose finish. All the way down. Oh, there's so many rooms. But we do have our crystals here as well. X-Breaker. Are these all mini side rooms as well? Maybe there'll be an area in here we can rest up. Doubtful. Oh, y'all gonna move or are you gonna stand and guard it? Nope, you're moving. I want it. Is it worth my life? It's probably not. Ow!
This won't be easy.
Yeah, I'm not fighting that. Bye. Can't make me fight it. Can't make me fight it. I'm not fighting that. There we go. Yep, this is one of them. So we've got 5 rooms there, which looks like 5 armored rooms. 5 different bits of armor coming out and doing it. We got something down here? No, we do not. Okay. Ah, it's another one. I don't want to fight the mantis. I don't want to fight the mantis. That looks like a giant evil version of them.
These structures don't look like anything built by the Renans.
Nope. We've got nothing but trouble from here on in.
Perhaps this is the true architecture.
Oh, hold on. We got another big room. Oh, they're attached to each other. Mantis Mark III. Yeah, exactly why I don't want to fight it. 23,000 gold? Really? You're giving us money in here as well?
That's an interesting way of looking at it. I'll have to inquire with
Oh, no. You know what? I'm going to come and fight you. Just to make sure I'm ready for the other ones.
I have a bad feeling about this.
And I'm dead. How much do I have, actually? Ew. Yeah, I really probably should have stocked up before I came in here.
Now you've gone and ticked me off.
Yeah, me too.
Right here. I got you.
Leave the ensnaring to me.
I would love it, but you're not ready yet. Now you are. And you got them both, which is perfect.
Their arcs were interrupted. This one's mine.
As I say, you did get them both right, but the answer is yes, you did.
You picked the wrong fight.
Really? You both dodged? Well played.
Where are you going?
No escape. Dragon swarm.
I'm all stuffed up. Mega ray. Searing flame. Reload.
Take this. No escape. It's time. Blow away.
Kill it, kill it, kill it. Thank you.
Come on. One final push.
Let's do this together, Aspen.
I can carve through armor.
Freeze Lancer. All disasters may one. Come forth and bring the purity.
Raining slash. Blow away.
Oh, Maelstrom, eh?
Here I come. I'm not done.
Push it into the Maelstrom. Not too late.
Rising Wyvern. You're
Yeah, Divine Saber's such a good ability.
If it's in the sky, it's mine.
Okay, have it.
I'll bring you down. I'm not done. By the power.
Thank you.
Commander of Heaven.
Phoenix Cyclone.
I want to see if we can try and find an area that allows us to warp back in without having to run right through this one as well. This is my main problem, basically. You want to give me all the crits? I'll take it. Juggle, 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 juggle. Dead.
Commander of Heaven.
Yes.
Phoenix Cyclone.
Wow, you did crossblade right into Divine Saber. Nice.
I think I'm getting stronger.
I'm glad someone is, because I'm not. They're going to be here. We should be able to fight these quite easily. Get them to knocked over together. Knock them all down. Don't get hit by that.
Okay. Come one, come all.
Oh, you landed on my noggin.
No further.
She's not going to be able to revive me unless we have orange gels and stuff. I'm going to have to go back and buy things, I think. Whack the hell gang close with my blade and knock them down and everybody's okay. Oh, come on. That works.
Prepare to crumble. Think we overdid it? Not by a long shot. You're all.
Healing is what my artists do best. All mine can do is come.
No, that dropped my combo. Take the hammer. Unfortunately, we lost that.
Scarlet Inferno.
Here's a healing art.
I was going to say, as long as it doesn't get an attack off there, we should be fine.
I can feel my power grow.
Yeah, we're getting like a lot of XP and hello. Haven't had you fight in a long time. Are you gonna let me use it? Yes, you are. Are we gonna get something of value out here?
I'm not letting them get in our way.
A holy cloak? Yep. We're getting everybody's armor. That's what the game is doing right now. It's giving me everybody's last armor. Yeah, I tried to sneak past it, but it didn't happen. How much HP do you have? Oh, yeah. That's fine. It's going to do the whole run away from me thing.
It can hide itself?
Yep.
Amazing.
It's amazing until it kills you.
Raining slash. Flew away. Raining slash. Flew away.
Gonna tongue lick, I think. Yeah, I did. It tongue lick.
Raining slash. Flew away. Can't get out of this.
I never miss.
I like the fact that I got two of them there somehow. Oh, no, get out of that.
Yes, Alphen. Very bad.
It's time
Thank
to
you.
finish this.
Yo, Joseph Bond, how you doing? Have I played Dread? Nah. I've not played Dread. I'm not really bothered about grabbing Dread at the moment. I'm more looking forward to Prime 4 than Dread, if that makes sense. No, you knocked down. You get boost broken.
Stay away from my friend.
He just got wrecked.
Flew away.
Dance in the wind.
Raining slash. Try harder.
Heaven and earth.
Raining slash. Flew away.
Sealed.
You're mine.
Magic is
Raining
out. Divine state. One
Flew
more time.
away. It's go time. Raining. I'll smash you. Flew away.
Dance in the wind.
As I say, I need to keep an eye on what it's doing. It's already, unfortunately, took out my team members.
It's time.
Oh.
Flew away.
Yeah, no, definitely. When you find a game like that you love, it is fantastic to take the days off for it.
Try harder. Not a chance.
I'm surprised I'm not dead there.
It's on.
More for the stockpile.
Burn.
As I say, please tell me I still got it down, which we did.
Flew away.
A chain between heaven and earth. A wailing dancing of lightning.
No, stop it.
That's my cue.
Thank you.
Shut him down.
Anything in armor is all mine. I'll smash you.
Too much to handle? A chain between heaven and earth. A wailing banshee away.
Knock it down.
Not today.
Sleep now. Let's get you all tucked away.
Raining flash. Blew away.
Astral energy.
Blew away.
Here goes.
Raining
Dance
flash.
in the wind.
Oh, no, I'm gonna hit with this.
Chain between
Bye.
heaven and earth.
Nope, you summoned it on her instead. It's gonna do the thing.
Try harder. You're mine.
Doing it twice, and I'm not ready for it. Nope, I did the tongue lick.
Blew away.
Don't be on me. Don't be on me. It was on me! Oh, Ramos on 1 HP. Let me up, 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 let me up. Oh!
Get you all tucked away. Now.
Okay, that's fine. We beat it. We win.
Say no more.
We beat it. But I need to, I need to leave and come back. I can't afford to continue onwards.
Anyone else think this might be a touch too dangerous?
Yeah.
Ridwell's
I need to see if we can find an area for it.
right. We should fall back to regroup
Oh.
and try again later.
It actually forces you to go in through those doors anyway. There's no way to get over that area.
How long has it been since I last went this hungry?
I don't know, but I need to dodge all these enemies and see if we can get our way over. It's chasing me down. Please don't chase me. It didn't chase me. Thank you. Money? Armor? Heavy treat? Okay. I'm looking for a teleporter so I can not have to run back through here. Oh, fudge. Are they gonna move? They're not gonna move, are they? They're just gonna stand there. There's my teleporter, I believe. One more fight to survive then. Maybe we'll survive this. Unlikely.
Looks like trouble with capital T.
Stay calm.
Together, we've got
I shall
this.
provide assistance.
Any more of this and I'll burn out.
Reflect on thy sins.
They smite with blackened blade. I'm just getting started. Execution.
If we get to the point where we're dying, we will just...
Watch it. Here I come. The flaming
Okay.
spine is yours to be let free. Burn.
No, you landed on me.
This is my fault.
You get the gist.
I'll crush
That
you.
works.
Lightning reflexes. Tenebrous claw.
Yo, Metroid Dread rewards you for finishing it in less than 4 hours. Nice.
Blow them away.
Oh, violent darting wind. Carve now, crossblade. Dance in the wind. Primed and ready.
I don't, the thing is, I don't have a thing to get me up. I'm actually going to I'm going to get them all up back to full health
In there with the elements.
and leave them to handle this in hopes that they will work.
Can you take it?
Nope, Law's getting tumbled, unfortunately.
Magic is them. Sleep now. Let's get you all tucked away.
Take this.
I feel like Law's in trouble soon.
All right.
I'll smash you.
Yeah, I was going to say, he needs to move.
Cascade.
Yep, there you go, he's gone.
This one's got your name on it.
Ashes to ashes.
I can handle it.
Hey, Gryffindor.
I'll blind you with a
Cascade.
shot.
Come on, Doalim, we got you, buddy.
Sleep now.
Nerve gone.
Actually, because there's 2 of us down, I just realized, I've also just realized I've been running on the whole,
Break this now.
Illuminate the dark.
used too much TP.
Hold on to your art.
Oh, Dohalim died too. Fudge. Come on, there's only 2 of them left. You got this, team.
On guard.
Look at Kisara go, just keeping it juggled.
Dance in the wind. In here.
Kisara playing the role of tank.
Away. Mega ray. By the hurricane strike.
Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Oh,
Piercing roar. Light spear. Nothing gets by me.
I'm only getting started.
Do it.
there we go.
Astral energy. Full throttle.
Well, they're making it through. They're making it through.
I can chop up vegetable scraps and use them in the seasonings.
Okay, please.
Should have known that's what it was going to be about.
Please tell me this is a teleporter back out. It doesn't look like it. Oh my god, it's not. We need to leave and come back. I need to leave and come back. I can't. Ah! Oh, that sucks. Does anywhere else have a shop that's actually good? That's got a side quest area. It's got a rest point, but it doesn't have a shop. I think the only other place that had it is... I think the last place that had a shop for us is Lenegus. And it was a civilian... Nope, probably not. Oh yeah, no, right there. Need to leave and come back. We're not surviving that. We're not surviving that on nothing. It's not happening. And I need to make sure my strategy is... oh no, it is on moderation. Oof. So I used that as well. Great. Before we go in there, we did grab some equipment. We managed to grab a very big upgrade for you. A very big upgrade for you. Nothing for the rest of you. That's fine. Okay. Let's go shops. First things first. Buy, sell. Let's sell all the stuff we have. That gives me money. That is grand. And I spend all that money on buying a whole bunch of life bottles. Buying at least 5 orange gels. And then seeing what else. Yeah, these are all massively minus until we buy the other 2 for them. No point in buying them. Forge accessory and weapons. We want to forge our weapons. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Realm Unifier. What the fudge? That's actually weaker than the one that we have right now. Looks cool, but it's not. Okay. So I need Dragon's Blood and Chameleon Hide for this. I need a lot of stuff to buy this. A Holy Blade blessed by a higher power. Yo, look at that. Look how cool that looks. Okay, so we got a lot we need to buy on that one. It gives you massive amount of strength as well. Yo! Realm Unifier's made with the iron pipe! It's actually... They did it again. That's why you need the iron pipe. It's made with the stupid iron pipe. Oh my god, game. It's made with the iron pipe. Are the rest of them made with your originals as well? No, not right now. Oh... Now, the good news is we're actually gaining a lot of stuff for these. We're just not at that point yet. So doing it for 30 is probably not worth, considering I need... Well, Punisher's Van Brace. Like, we were making them there. And then you definitely need a big old upgrade. We haven't been able to give you one for a while, which is unfortunate. But we're close to getting some. So there's really no point. Yeah, look, we're getting up to getting the big stuff here. I can actually give her a decent upgrade too, so I'm going to do that. She can get a big upgrade, which is nice. And then I can get a big upgrade for you as well. See, I'm just aware that if I... Hey, you look, from the red shield to the blue shield. Ta-da! Yeah, see, we've got quite a lot of good stuff, but we just don't have enough of the ones that we actually need. So we almost get Admus Regna, but not quite. We need to do some grinding to get that. We need to do some grinding to go through. I'm going to use that and grab it just in case. And then we're skint. Absolutely skint again. Let me sort by price. There's a few things I can sell for a decent amount, which is good, because we need it, I guess. Like, I can sell stuff for a decent amount here. But yeah, it is a case of you're at the point where getting money is pretty difficult still. You thought it would have changed. Ha, you thought wrong. I can craft accessories now. Casting time reduces spell casting time by 20%. Guess who needs that? 50% chance to revive when KO'd. 50% revival chance. Could be good for somebody like me who has massive problems with it. But, you know, I can still use my stuff that I have. Yeah, I want to make a Mystic Crest. I want to make a Mystic Crest for Rinwell. And she has water damage. That's perfect for her. Yeah, I want to make that. I want to make that. It needs to... She needs it for her spell casting. And then it's like, I keep getting things like Transcendent Pebbles and whatnot. Yeah, there's inhibitor crystals. No. See, Barbed Crystal there. And you get some good stuff. So, like, the game is really probably telling me to max out some stuff in here. But at the same time, I'm like, no. They were all normal. You get some Thermal Rocks. Parallax Stones. Yeah, so the Curse Charm grants immunity to curses. Look at all these Rarity 5s that I have from this. And Rarity 4s as well. Like, it's a bit nuts. For Null Curse. Seeing if there's anything here that I'm actually missing. No, see, the rare drop rate up L is nice. And take all my rare drop rate ups and move them around. Half AG costs 20% chance to activate if you want to go through it. Yeah, nothing particularly important in them that's pretty good. But no, we are okay on that one if we want to try and go for the rare items up. The only thing I could think of is that I do actually want to make one that has rare drop up L. Anybody have rare drop up L that's not a level 5? No, there's always rare drop up smalls. No. Yeah, see, rare drop up L is like just, it's a rare drop up. So, I need to take that, and then what I do is I enhance the accessory that has the rare drop up on it. But I make sure we get it from a whole bunch of hex breakers that I'm not going to use. Yeah. Yeah, it's like you want to just make these from a whole bunch of these. I want to keep that for the decreased aggro L as well. Transient Pebbles. See, that's good for earth damage if you use earth damage. Move escape speed now. Maybe one of the better ones. The Decreased aggro small on it can get away with that. Drop rate up L on that, so we want to keep that. And then there's like a whole bunch of 1s and 2s I can just get rid of. Because like we're not going to use 1s and 2s at all. The problem is it just makes it cost way too much. But there we go, we got it. Enhance. And then transfer the skill to the item I'm wearing, which is my lucky bangle, and replace my rare drop. So where's my rare drop up L on that one? I want to transfer that, and I want it to go into that. So double rare drop L. So item drop rate up, rare drop rate up. Everybody's got rare drop rate up now. Great. We did that. That's what we're looking for. What's this? Fashionista from Shion. Nice. Dispel. Ah, no thank you. Increase BG of the Star Ball. Perfect guarding and evading. Increase weak point damage. You had Revitalize. CP restoration when full. Yes! Yes, you want that massively. I also want to do some of these while we're in here too. AG restore from current hits. Raise max AG so she can cast more. Mid-air evasion is good. AG restores from defeat, down damage. AG restores from critical hits. Increase mid-air damage. Increase arts casting resilience. Faster AG recovery. Probably get that one actually on her. Kasara. Increase aggro while guarding. It's nice to keep her having aggro, I suppose. Boost gauge down. So I guess she still doesn't have that apparently. Oops. Strengthen guard ignition. Yes, please. Increase guarding effects to keep her stronger. And strength guard ignition. Yeah, let's make sure she has better guard on her. Me. I've already thingied that. So what do I want? I probably want the flaming charge time if you can. Which would be nice. Oh, I could add Void Flash, but oh well. Law has absolutely nothing. Awakening Battle Chain bonus, I guess. What's this giving you? Elemental attack bonus. You don't really elemental attack, though. Hail prevention, so you can die, pretty much. Resistance 40. Elemental defense. Elemental defense. Attack up, easier over limit. Yes, please. Then boost increase as well. And then Dohalim. 10 boost to increase. And then you really don't have anything else going on for you right now.
Did we really just...
Yes, we spent that much money. It was important. Cook before resting. XP is nice, but we don't want that. I want more dropped items, I guess. I think we really want more dropped items. Attack up. Heal CS up as well. Defense up could be good. No, I think CP up after. I think that's probably going to be the best one that we want. Increase CP up. I know it only increases 1 or 2, but if you're doing the fights, it might be important. I know I still need to make the chicken as well. I haven't made the chicken. Dark Mark is... makes you easier to detect when making contact with enemy icons. I mean, I don't want to be easier to detect. That's the problem. That bad. More dropped items. Just give me more dropped items.
This looks perfect.
If we can use more dropped items, it can get us more money. That can allow us to buy more stuff and hopefully get more drops for the things that we need. So we now need to make sure our party is equipped with the stuff that I need. Specifically you. You're not getting a buff bangle. We are now getting the mystic bangle that we just made for you. Where's my mystic one? Where's my magic emblem? No, there's my mystic one. There's my mystic crest. You can have that. You two are not in my team, really, so... I don't know if I have anything else that actually has increased drop rate on stuff. What did I give to you? You've got a garnet on. We can change that to the rare drop rate up, because if I can have as many people with rare drop rates up on that as I can, that would be nice. Decreased aggro, always good. CP cost minus 10%, rare drop rate. I need to max out that spirit bangle for her. And do I have anything else with rare drop rate or item drop rate on? I don't, because I didn't really use much on these. I do have standard item drop rate up, which is nice, and then I have mine up, which is cool. So I need to level up that spirit bangle before we leave. Forged weapon, nope. Trade accessory, enhanced accessory, spirit bangle. Could put that up to 3 ideally. There we go. And I can do it as well. That's fine. Begin the enhancement. So that'll now give her minus CP cost. Should manage our CP a lot better. Time to go back into the fight and see how far we get done this time. And the only place I can go is back from here at the very start. Oh! That sucks. We gotta run it down.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Yeah, not for a one of trying. I was hoping I would survive all the way down it, but we didn't. I'm gonna pick select fights though. I'm not gonna fight. I'm only gonna fight the mandatory ones. At least until we get back to where we were. There's no point in fighting everything. We'll fight our mandatory battles. So anything that I can run past right now, we will run past. Oh, imagine if I had to do the elevator again. Oh, that would be bad. You're going to chase us? Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. You're chasing me big time. Grape gel. Nice. Hello, Big Wolf. Go away, Big Wolf. Upper level. Floor 2. So we can run into every set of enemy here. I'm probably going to have to do a little bit of off-stream grinding here to try and get some weapons and that. Just grinding these enemies a little bit. Because there's a lot of them. Nope. As I say, I'm going to not fight you if I can get away with it. The problem is, if you do what I'm doing... Oh, we snucky past it. We snuck past it. Ooh, Pixie Crystal. That's new. That is actually new. Commonly referred to as Rainbow Dust, invoking spirit powers. What does it do? Art CP cost. I literally just made that. Reduce the cost of arts used during combat by 20%. So what did I make her then? That's casting time. Oh, it's double it. Oh, come on. I literally just made that. Literally just made that.
Guess I misread the landing.
Okay, we're not fighting that. I'm not fighting any of it. I know I have food on for items, but I'm not doing it. I can't risk it. Ooh. I may not be able to risk it, but there's a shiny thing over there. I have a gel. I have pineapple. Ooh. Pineapple gel. Every time. Every time. Alright, we opened up the items here. We don't have to worry about it. The other thing you're seeing is yeah, so is this a mandatory fight? Yeah, it is.
This one will be difficult to predict.
Oh, that's painful. That's a nice start on that is. Yeah, it's not. Can we, like, stop getting hit by things here? Please be enough. Yes! It was. I could combine them when I get there, and I will combine them when I get there. But yeah. I want to get down and get round and do things. See, we didn't do enough damage to these. That's staggered, though, which is wonderful. Now it's dead. I've just realized I don't have my party members. This is why I'm not getting healed. And they're in the wrong way. I have to redo my party order in a minute. Thank you. Oh, going round. Thank you. I like how Doilim didn't switch. Like, I appreciate that. You, right there. You, back there. Thank you, thank you.
Any injuries?
Hopefully not. I have also noticed that that enemy has not respawned. Ah. Interesting. Interesting. So some of these enemies aren't going to respawn then. Ah. I reckon Big Doggo will. Let me fight Big Doggo once. And the reason I want to fight Big Doggo is actually important. I need to see what it drops. I need to see what it drops. I should be able to handle it, assuming I don't mess it up. There's an assumption in there, mind you. You're gonna mess. Yep, you did. That's fine. Oh no, we got it. I don't think I'm getting you with that one. No. Normal one. Please don't be the big one. No, it's the little one. And we want to hit the little one right now. Still want to take this one out quickly. We can keep hitting this just right. Please keep hitting it. Thank you. Now we can focus on the big boy. Owie, mate. How much health does this have? 125,000. That's because you're cursed. This is what the purple thing is for. This is for the curses. Knock it down because you get a boost break on that right now. And then when it gets back up, we knock it back down. Maelstrom, nice. Maelstrom is fantastic. Trying to wait for me to get my stuff back, but the game is being very slow at doing it. Okay, that's the dashes. 3? Nope, only 2. 1, 2, 3. Kill Dohaliman. Well done, Kasara. My turn. Knock it down. Beautiful crit. Ooh. I love how I've switched start from a red shield to a blue shield. It's literally one part that gets changed. But it's hilarious. Oh, it's the big charge. Yep. Nope. Normal. Brimwell got cursed. Nope, that move. Why does it like her? Could you leave my healer alone? She's important. That's a no on leaving her alone, apparently.
And just like that, I'm back in it. It's time to finish this.
Okay then.
Die! Consuming wildfire.
It's gonna die soon, which is nice. It's gonna die right now. Hammer! Bam! Alright, what did it have? Phantom Fang Dark Mane. Yep. Yep, as expected. As expected. There's your rare items that you're needing. It comes from the big ones. And then you should have a set here. No. So some of them are not respawnable fights. Interesting. I need to would you be out here where the area is that I'm looking for, and then I went back one tour like never mind. I shouldn't have opened my mouth. I regret opening my mouth. I have to fight that too, actually. I'm glad I turned back because I have to fight that. I have to fight that. I have to take it out. I'm not finishing this dungeon tonight. A lucky bangle.
This'll make us even more formidable.
No, it won't. It'll give you more luck. Items. Might as well use some of the gels that we bought here. I refuse to use the gold gels though. They're too rare. Here we go. Rending Mantis. 20. Oh, okay.
This one's tough.
If it's in the sky, it's mine.
Nice crit. Oh, it's already doing the charge and I don't have... Okay, let's knock you down. We should be okay. We fought the Mantis a few times. The Mantis kicked my butt a few times, but we should be alright now. I mean, I say that, but we'll see.
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry. I'll do better.
Nice. A big move, that's fine. Nice. Okay, we're actually doing not bad right now because I'm keeping it in the corner. Nice. Okay, that's bad for you. Especially because I can knock you down. This is really bad for you, actually. Please tell me that was enough. Yes, it was. Sovereign power coming out. Goodbye. Nice. Did you hit someone else? Oh, you're below half health. Knock it down. Knock you down. Somebody still got hit before we can knock you down. Rolling. Oh, too much. Just hit it. Just hit it. It's dead. That's fine. It's dead. And we didn't really have to use many life balls either.
Hey, anyone else think this might be a touch too dangerous?
Ridwell's right.
Manded claws. Oh, we got some... Oh, great. We've got rare ones now, too. Great game. That really helps us. How many rooms do we have in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can actually run past them, though. Because they're not in the way. And we got another rare one.
Enemy. It's shining.
This wasn't worth it. Nope, it wasn't.
We're in for a long slog with this one. Get behind me. No more playing nice. Glacial and just like that, I'm back in it.
All right, bring her out.
Stay on the ground.
Nice maelstrom in the back there. Please hit the others as well. No, I didn't charge me in time.
Thank you for all your help.
Please.
Do we have a double rare? Yep, we have double rare enemies in here.
In a bind?
I hope you hit it. No, you didn't. I should have logged over with the other target. No, don't log onto it now. There's no point. Take out the bee first. Take out the thing I'm fighting first. Oh, jeez. It stopped me. Yep, it moved away. No, stop logging on to the other thing. I will that be.
This one's mine.
There we go.
Yeah, nice technique.
See what I can do.
Dragon Swarm. This one's mine. Healing circle. Rising Wyvern. Searing flame.
Okay.
Hear my call.
Kisara? Where was that aimed for?
Glacial spear.
Ah, you're all moving around too much to be annoying to me. Dolim, stop them all. I don't know how much you got there, but I'm hoping it's more than one.
Now, Shion, go for it. Prepare to crumble. Think we overdid it? Not by a long.
Knock it down, knock it down, knock it down. Ah, damn it. Apparently Divine did not catch it.
You've got pretty impressive aim there.
Thought of picking up the rifle yourself?
This is not my style.
Hammer.
What's more your style? Frozen hammer. So we actually did alright.
All yours, Kisara.
Nailed it. Nice.
I can feel my power growing.
And that was for red chamomile. And getting us back into this top thing there. Okay, this one I should be able to run past. Oh my god, I'm definitely passing this.
That's no ordinary enemy I see over there.
Yeah, I'm hoping I don't have to fight it. It's roaring. Don't turn around. Don't turn around. Don't turn around. Don't turn around. That's dragon's blood. Okay, it roared. Don't need to fight it. I'm good. I got the dragon's blood. We've got a doggo that we need to fight to go past. We've got more CP items. Okay, what are we getting? Please be another piece of armor for somebody. I know we need it for Kisara and Dohalim. There's Kisara's. I ask and I shall receive. There's Kisara's piece. Chunky upgrade, just like that. 130 on a stat.
This must be the work of Providence.
Probably what now?
It means destiny. I think it's a bit of an exaggeration, though.
I'm fighting this. Yeah, I'm fighting that. That's fine. We already fought one. We fought one last time and it was fine. Kisara just got rolled.
Get behind us.
I'll be right as rain in no time.
I need you to be aggroed on me. I don't have low aggro on, so why does it not like me?
Flare Demolition! Shield and fake!
Right, dog it, knock it down.
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Yep, you just did.
Appreciate that.
Really? I didn't get a boost break off that? I did it too early.
This isn't ideal.
Keep yourself alive, Shion. Please keep yourself alive. Maelstrom! Maelstrom in the middle of a fire spell, huh?
It's time to finish this. Die! Consuming wildfire. Will this help?
Can't get out of this.
No, because you can't boost break. This is the only downside about this big thing is that you can't boost break it twice. Please head up. Thank you. Keep going. That's fine. I love how basically the final dungeon is, yo, you know all these big powerful enemies you fought at one point? Yeah, have them all as standard enemies. I just got paralyzed. This is bad for me.
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
I can't move. I'm literally stuck until this wears off.
Take this.
Oh, stop jumping. That's fine. I'm gonna knock you down now. If I can knock you down, I can then. Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? You robbed me of that. Okay, fine. I didn't get to do the big one because for some reason the combo dropped. Get nommed. Nope, didn't get nommed. Good. We've got 7 CP left again. And we're not that much further down. Okay, it's dead.
We can really make
Phantom Fangs. Yep. Oh, we can, and trust me, we're making a weapon for you, buddy. Yeah, we're getting 17 CP from that. Lovely. So we got 10 CP back in total. Yeah, the CP food's not really worth it, is it? Nope, thank you. Nope, 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 nope. Don't need to. Unless you somehow turn around and catch me, I don't need to fight you. You're not a mandatory boss fight. Mysterious Fragment, and then Pixie Crystal. What is the Mysterious Fragment? In before any of you say it's mysterious. Strange looking fragment is difficult to describe. Touching light lets the wearer sense astral energy. As your casting time going down. Ooh. As your casting time going down. Plus you can put wind and fire damage on it. She uses wind. She doesn't use earth though, unfortunately. And then your arts crystal. Anything in here that's really good for her? Yes! Art CP cost down 20%. CP cost down 10%. Add another CP cost down 10% on that one. And we are... Yep, okay, that Pixie Crystal is very good. That's getting made. That's getting made next time we leave. That is 100% getting made next time we leave. So we need to go through that route to get where we need to go. But we've also got a mantis with a bunch of bees.
What do you say we fight that shining enemy?
Do I have to? Yes, yes I do.
This one.
Actually, no, I don't.
Tough, but we have no
If we
choice.
just flee from it, we can get our item, right? I'm not fighting both of these. I mean, I like the fact that this is chasing me.
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
No worries, mate. Yeah, because now I can get this, because there's no punishment for fleeing. And there's your elemental cape. Yep, I was right. I called it when we came in this dungeon. The game was going to give you everybody's best armor upgrade. Yep, we called it coming in here. Time for trouble. We have to fight these.
Don't get careless.
We have to take out the Gargantuars first.
A wailing fancy of lightning.
Need to take out the Gargantuars first.
Take this.
Problem is, we got lit.
Die! Consuming wildfire! Sighted. Got all detector ready. By the power of water.
Oh, I just got eaten. I just got tongue licked. Yes, I did. This is where we're going to start to use our things here.
See what I can do.
Nice.
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life.
Glacial spear. Pierce evil. Not like this. Freeze laser. Do it.
Nice.
In an instant. Impact claw.
Right, looks like Kisara's down, so we're going to orange gel it. And then, by the time we get that, apparently we didn't orange gel. Someone lifeballed instead. Okay, can we orange gel like I asked you to? No? There we go. The orange gel came out at last. Chio and Star healing, please. I'm going to stay at your butt. Nice, correct. There's Kisara. Nope, that's Shion down. Fantastic. That's my healer deed. Well, you just did. Nice try.
Watch yourself, okay? Yeah.
It's in the charge. Kisara just died. Yeah, I could do it without it too, my friend. Knock it down. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just head it with it. No! The moment I was holding the button, it didn't go off.
So hard. Take it easy. You'll hurt yourself. Sorry.
Renwell, smack it, please. Stop it.
Now you snow can place here.
Hear my call.
Take this.
I'll run away. It's going to come beside me. Oh, you froze it. Yo!
I never miss.
That's fine. We should take it down now. It should die soon.
My head's spinning just watching you.
That's it.
All yours, Kisara.
Give us a pose, Kisara. Yeah. Give the pose.
Everyone's still in one piece?
Barely. We're starting to go into our resources again. We are at 47 though, which is nice. Off. Mysterious light of oh, you're in trouble. Mysterious light of oh, we're in trouble. Okay, let's save. Let's see what we've got. Let's see what we've got. Is it a boss when we go through? Or is it just a very nice way to go? Oh, it's a boss. Oh, no. What have we got?
What do you think this place was for?
Yo, it's making clones!
What the hell? Are they asleep?
No, they appear to be well preserved. However, they are all dead.
Dead? So this is a mass grave?
Looks that way. However, none of them appear to be Helganquil.
Bear in mind that Renans were originally Danans, who were remade and sent to live on Lenegis. Knowing that, they would have needed a place to perform the procedure somewhere.
And that place is here, I assume.
So what you're saying is that all of these are Danan, or rather, Renan bodies?
Most likely, yes. It must have been abandoned for one reason or another.
There are so many of them. They were all taken away, but never given the chance to wake.
Oh yeah, we are gonna have to fight an army. Either we're gonna run into more Haganquil, or these aren't dead and they're about to fight us, or we're about to fight a caretaker. Well, I'm going to call this a caretaker.
What is that thing?
Something we have to fight if we want to get across, it seems.
Be careful! It's huge!
Yep, yes it is. Welcome. I can't read that name. Okay, where's my shiny bit?
It's no ordinary Zooble. That much is damn sure.
Well, this is a boss, so, you know, go all out, folks.
Yourself. All bets are off when it comes to this thing.
Yep. So, the middle itself is what we're fighting here? That's firing stuff out at us. Can we stop it with something? Its shiny segment is the middle. We can boost break it.
Its head is its weak point? We'll need to bring it down somehow to hit it.
Well, we did.
Let's start with the one in the middle.
Well, that we did. Let's knock it down. Everything will give me as much damage on this as I can. I'm noticing I'm not doing much damage at all, actually. It's like a three-piece monster, this is. Okay, what are we getting? Oh, it's going to do the slam again. Yes, please. Hand is always nice. He missed. So how do I bring it down? Do I just bring it down with myself? That didn't bring it down. That did.
In a bind.
Okay. Thank you for using the Divine Saber. What's it doing? Striking. Big jump time. Yep, it's fine. Oh, why did it have to be Shion? Could she... Hey, Doctor. Yeah, we are advancing in right now. I'm getting punched. Nope. Ow, 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 ow. It's going to be me that knocks it down in a second. It's jumping again.
You picked the wrong fight. The earth throbs in pain. No escape.
Right. Everybody knock it down.
Can't get out of this.
So you keep saying we're at half health. Nice crit. So it's going to change its strat in the middle here. Because, like, we're slamming it with everything we have right now. Like, its worst attack it has is this slam that just wrecked me. The worst attack it has is the slam proceeds to royally ruin me. Okay, middle. That's a very good attack on that. Hi, I'm just going to stay up here and hit you with that. Oh, you got up way too fast there. Cheat. I'm going to knock you back down then.
In a bind.
Nice 5k crit there. It's gonna go up in the air, I think. Nope, it's in the slam. Yep, and the air jump. Nice. Nobody got hit by it that time. Beautiful. Yes, please use that. That's fine. Oh, it glowed blue. Oh, I'm in trouble. We can't knock it down right now. I wasted my burst. I don't know what it's planning. Oh. Any idea what I'll stream when I beat this game? Yes, the myriad of indie games that I have missed. Loads of indie games have came out between now and me starting this game. I have lots of games I would love to stream. I'm getting whacked by that and dying. This thing is just going on an absolute rampage right now. I need it to stop. The only downside about playing long JRPGs like this is that there's loads of games that I would have liked to have streamed that I missed out on, but I will stream them again. I don't have mine up yet. Oh, it's glowing blue again! Ow, 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 ow.
And miss all the fun. No way.
I'm trying to build up my gauge. Yes, then please use it then. Oh, she uses Revitalize. That's such a good skill. You're gonna have to use it again. Oh, why are you doing that a second time? I actually can't get enough to get it out.
Healing is what my arts do best. All mine can do is cause havoc and destruction.
It's doing the jump. Yep. I'm stunned. Yeah, it's doing the stompies. Need to wait for it to stop stompies. Chion's dead. Lovely. Right, it stops the stompies. It's still glowing blue though. I need it to stop glowing blue. When it stops glowing blue, that's my chance to attack. Oh. Come on. Gonna jump again? It's refusing to stop. Okay, we got it. They're all dead. It's not stopping it. It's like permanent mode, isn't it? Oh, you stopped it now, did you? Okay, fine. After I used it. The moment I used it, oh, we got it out. We got this, Rimwell. We got this. Yes, Divine Saber. One more Raining Slash is all I need. That'll do it. Bring it in, Rinwell. High five, Rinwell. Caretaker destroyed. Giant Zoogle Caretaker. Oh. There's more than one boss in this dungeon.
That thing?
Probably something that was made here and somehow managed to survive, even after all this time. Not that there's any way of knowing now.
What's wrong?
Oh, I just suddenly found myself contemplating what might have happened to the sovereigns that were meant to emerge from the crown contests.
What do you mean?
You see, the winners of the past crown contests were all strong astral arts practitioners. Furthermore, that enemy we just fought appeared to be composed of several human bodies. It was certainly nothing one would find in nature.
You're saying those were the remains of the winners? That they forgot who they once were?
I'm merely saying it's a possibility.
Pretty much.
Absolutely gruesome. How long had the Helganquil been at this?
Over 300
It was
years.
Rena's great spirit that made them do all of this. Anything to get its astral energy.
Literally nothing is off the table right now. Level up for all the characters.
After hearing Dohalim's suggestion, I'm honestly not sure what to say.
I assure you all, I was merely stating the possibility.
So, looks like the Helganquil have been engineering Zeugles too. Why doesn't that surprise me at this point?
Because they've been doing everything.
The creatures we've been encountering here have been a little different to what we're used to fighting. But I'm pretty sure they're Zeugles too.
Do you think they were engineered using creatures native to the area?
Indeed. However, based on the current circumstances, I would guess these Zeugles are all that's left of the planet's fauna now.
You mean there might have been native owl species here once upon a time too?
Aww. You're not allowed to do that. That's evil. Reminds you of the Xenogears story. See, I need to go back and play Xenogears. I've not played Xenogears in years, but many people have said that it's very similar to what Xenogears can do at times. Let's go have a quick look at the map here, because unfortunately that is past 9 o'clock here. There is a teleport. Does it take me outside? Does it take me outside? Or do we get sent back up to the top? Did we do part 1 of the dungeon? Are we split into 3 parts? I do not know. Powerful Helgarahe is the name of the area that we were just in. Oh, look. Surface. There's the portal. There's your portal. Back out the top here.
Other room? Did the teleporter fail or something?
No, it's
Something
different.
feels off about it.
This is like a shrine.
Upside down!
The furnishings are at least. No, you're right. The whole room's flipped on its head.
Oh,
So what
wow.
was once down is now up.
Hold on,
and
hold
vice
on.
versa. I suppose the teleporter reversed our orientation then.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's creepy. Ooh. They literally flipped the room upside down, or they flipped the gravity and it's fine for us. So hold on, are we literally going to go back to the room we were at to do this? What did you notice about the music, Alex, other than it is being absolutely epic? Teleporter to the entrance is now active. Oh, very nice. Battle music in the first part is what's playing now, and this part has super boosted battle music. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they build it up because you get closer and closer to the area. And we now have the portal to the surface, so we can go and grab ourselves extra stuff if we need to. As I say, though, we have to leave it here. What I'll probably do between now and the next time we play is do a little bit of grinding on the enemies in the top of the area here, just to try and buy some of the more powerful weapons that we have available, and try and keep our stock of money up for orange gels and life bottles, because you know we're going to need them. You know we are absolutely going to need them. We are 49 hours in. 48 hours, 54 minutes, 43 seconds. Level 48 as well, as we are in Tarfhal Helgarahe. We're in Rena. Things are coming to a head. I will see you all tomorrow for more of the Sonic Hacking Contest at 11 a.m. and then more of Tales of Arise at 6 p.m. See you for all that. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Have a great one, and I will catch you next time. Take care.